Hey guys, what's going on? Why do you do this? What do you mean, why do I do this? Why do you do this? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? What's going
Who
on,
are you
Rambo?
talking
Oh my god!
to? What?
Jesus! Your mic came in fucking loud. Hold on. Let me turn you down.
This is God talking to you.
Yeah.
Behold the voice of God.
This... What's going on, Rambo?
Oh, nothing much.
How's your week gone by so far, sir?
Not too bad, I
Any...
guess. I mean,
So, so I'm...
at least in my life.
At least you. So I've upgraded my phone. Rambo might actually be happy because it's the certain brand that he loves so dearly.
Samsung?
Sony.
Oh, I've not purchased a Sony phone in, well, ever.
Neither have I. That's why I did it. They were originally $250 for an Xperia XA, which is pretty expensive for what you got. So I got it on sale for like 140 something. So it's a pretty good deal. I needed to find another phone that had a US warranty on it because, well, I'm just not having any luck with the carrier phones right now. So I just went ahead and said the heck with it. Go find myself a GSM unlocked phone. Let's see how that works. So we're going to find out how the Sony brand of phones work and how well they work. It's a pretty
Now,
sleek phone. It's pretty sexy, actually. It's a pretty sexy phone, not going to lie.
mind you, that's an older phone. So I mean,
Only by
I
a
mean,
year. Came out last
I
year.
make phones anymore.
Yeah. The
I
Xperia
didn't know
XA came out last year. Yeah. It was
they
like,
make any phones anymore.
yeah, they do.
I just say I don't know. I thought they gave up on the phone division.
Hell, they still make MP3 players that are god awfully fucking expensive.
They're god awfully fucking good too, though.
What was the last one that they came out with that they fucked up with? That was like
Uh,
$400, and they removed the lossless codec.
I think it
Um,
was there was one that they came out with that was like fucking expensive as hell, even more so than that.
well,
And
they fucked up, and it caused an uproar. Like Sony fucking caused an uproar with those guys. Like it was ridiculous. But yeah, so the reason why I got this phone, though, like one of the reasons is, well, A, it's an American warranty, and B, supposedly it's got the better audio and video out of all the
what is
phones.
this with the
So,
American warranty? Like what?
because here's the thing, like okay, so my carrier is Cricket, and they can specialize in unlocked GSMs. So Cricket, AT&T, T-Mobile, those companies operate off with a network called a GSM network.
Right.
All right. So Verizon, Sprint, and everybody else operates on the United States network called was it TDMA or whatever. And you can't really get a whole lot of phone options for unlocked on that network, on that bandwidth. So you have options to buy international phones. Now, the problem with buying an international phone is if something happens to it, you are not covered under any warranty under the manufacturer, especially if they're overseas. So, if you do get a phone, that's unlocked and everything. It's just best for you personally to purchase one that will give you a United States warranty, so that way anything happens to it, you're covered. And especially if you're paying out the full amount of the phone up front. It's not like Cricket's not like all the other ones where you have your plan, you have your phone, you pay into a phone as a increments in payment for like the next 30 months, and then you have your plan, then you have your data, and that's where it's like 130 to 150 bucks depending on who you are. I pay $120 just for the data for me and my girl, and it's unlimited, and that's it. That's all. I don't need to pay for anything else. So we ended up getting these phones with the U.S. warranty, so that way we're covered. Because international phones are really, really fucking skeezy sometimes, so you gotta be careful with what you buy. And there's a lot of Chinese phones, Rambo, that you gotta be careful with. Like,
Oh yeah, Chinese phones, yeah.
like they have Xiaomi phones, which are hailed as being like one of the best, or like OnePlus. But like, if you like, some of those phones are like $500, dude, up front. So if you pay into a $500 phone and something happens to it, you're fucking hosed. So that's why I say get a phone with a U.S. warranty, because at least that way you're not out of that money. You know what I mean?
I get. I mean, I don't know. I since I go through like AT&T and stuff. I mean, I just get my. It's through Samsung, but I mean, I can just mail it off or just simply go back in through AT&T, get it replaced.
Yeah, that's good. So AT&T actually does the replacements for your warranty. They don't go through a Shurion.
Well, I go through a Shurion, yeah, but I mean, I still have it. It's still a warranty. I mean, I still have. I just have to pay like $150 or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's up to like 175 now, or 210 or something like that. But
yeah,
more and more expensive.
Hi, Aquarius Gaming. Thanks for coming by, man. Get some sleep.
Yeah, Storm Spark. I forgot what day it was yesterday.
Yeah, he actually kind of had me worried, because I was like, fuck, what is today? I'm like, wait a second. No, today's Taco Tuesday. What the fuck?
Y'all threw me off whenever you said it was. When y'all said it was Wednesday, I was like, I mean, Tuesday, I was like, what?
It was like, Jesus, Rambo, what'd you do? Sleep a day away?
I'm like, oh shit, really? It actually is.
Oh man. Oh, so I got a brand new TV also. In this past week. So check this out. Target, my local Target, had a fucking beast ass sale on LG's 60-inch with HDR Pro and all the bells and whistles on top of that. I'm going to have to look it up real quick. But this shit is usually about $1,500, and I ended up getting it for $699. I was like, oh, yeah. That's my second one, by the way. So I got one in my living room. That's 55-inch LG 4K with HDR Pro on it. And then I've got one in my bedroom, but at 60 inches. Yes, I'm balling in 4K goodness. Fucking love those TVs. So that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. I got my my little entertainment center table thing coming in the mail, along with the end tables, plus my phones. The table itself cost me off of Amazon like something ridiculously low, like $35-$40. I went to my local Walmart and Big Lots, and they were looking for like $89 to $100 for something small. I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna go order my shit off of Amazon. Fuck this. So that's coming in. We get that set up. Then I'll tell you what it's like to game on HDR Pro. Because they also have they have HDR Pro built into their TVs or whatever. At least the model that I bought, it's like U560 or some shit, 2016 model.
And it's through who?
LG.
And they just have HDR. Like it's called HDR Pro.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't know what the differences are. I just know, like, when we saw the demo of it, it looked really good. We were like, okay, we are definitely getting that. Especially for a 60-inch TV. Hell yeah. Oh, they also had, I don't know about you, but Samsung had another sale. Their sales for their 4Ks angled. They knocked them down from like $1,500 to like $5 something over this last weekend on Memorial Day weekend. Almost ended up with one. almost ended up with one. But then I was like, 60 inches though. Yeah, so full HD. Yeah, so Samsung has it too. They have a 4K HDR Pro. I don't know what the difference between the Pro and the regular HDR are. Like, I have no idea because it says that the 4K Color Drive Pro reveals a wider spectrum of realistic colors. That's the only. I guess that's the main difference. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I really have no idea. I just know what I have in my living room is a fucking beast, and I love it. But Amazon's got a 65-inch right now for Samsung, $1,567.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Especially if they could get that one with the quantum dot. Have you seen that yet?
That looks good.
Quantum dot is ridiculous. I'm like, dude, like, why the fuck do I want to like watch something where I feel like I'm there, and not being able to have any of the best qualities like the cold weather or something? Damn it. Are you cyberbullying me? That's funny. Hit the bed, but forgot tonight is stream night. Of course, it's stream night. So, is there anything in particular you want to talk about right now? For me, when it comes to Twitter, there's this one person that posted something stupid as fuck about how, and Rags retweeted it today, and I felt like I had to say something because it's some of the dumbest shit. This person claims to be Muslim, right? And she says, let me see if I can pull it up real quick on my phone because that shit. Okay, she says, "I am Muslim. I know the Quran by heart. You question mark. Do you understand it? People like you spreading hate are worse than ISIS." I mean, what do you think about that, Rambo? Like, a religion that's solely based on conversion through force. And
Yeah, I saw that tweet too.
I'm like, what? Like, how is that worse than ISIS? Like, huh? Like, so if I say your God is a fucking pedophile piece of shit, and that's worse than ISIS killing thousands of people? Really? Like, I don't.
I mean,
what?
Yeah, but they're not extreme at all.
Not extreme. Religion of peace and love and harmony, right?
That's what they say, man. I mean, I'm still waiting for the peace and harmony part, but they are a religion.
Oh, man. But yeah, that's all my Twitter excitement. I try to stay away from it, especially when I know you've been retweeting and I'm tagged in something. I'm like, oh, fuck this. I already know Rambo's into some shit. I'm not even going to look.
I mean, Twitter's been... I've been mainly like dealing like with leftists to hear like they signed a petition that they want to change the mascot of the LSU Tigers because the tiger is a symbol of white oppression.
Oh boy.
I'd figure out how. But somebody like dates it back to like the Civil War or something like that. There was a thing people called it like the Louisiana Tigers, like or it wasn't the Louisiana Tigers. It was some Tigers or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they said that's where like the LSU got their name from, and I was like going, no, I mean, if you notice, like most sports teams have like a ferocious animal as their name, you know.
Yeah.
Just like a warrior type person or whatever, but not. I mean, this. I know we're not naming it. Naming a football team after some stupid like infantry, you know, in the damn Civil War like that. It blows my mind, man. These people are like the college students. They're like the dumbest people I fucking know. Like they're just stupid these days. It's just kind of sad to see how dumb people can be. And then you got the people up there in another university that apparently they have like it's called a day of absence. And all the people of color and all the different little, you know, whatever, they all got together and they decided, well, you know, on this certain day, teachers, everything. College, it's college, but they won't show up for class. They won't, they'll just go off campus and kind of be together in their little safe zone and talk about like their little issues and stuff like that together. So it's kind of like kind of like willingly thing, done thing. Like everybody kind of got together in agreement. Like we're just gonna do this.
Yeah.
This year they want to turn it around and say, well, no, this year we want white people not to come to college.
Fuck that.
Sure, that hasn't had a problem with the day of absence before because that was all voluntary, and this is like involuntary. Like we're telling you can't come to school, and so he was like, that's kind of racist. Not kind of racist. It is racist. Like you can't start basing things off of people's skin color, and so these students actually, as he was leaving the school, they cornered him. Like they came in every different hallway or whatever to where he couldn't get away from his door, but they just like he was trying to actually have a conversation with them and trying to talk to him, but all they wanted to do was yell, scream, cuss at him, everything else. Well, he's now where he can't even actually go to school. The police they've told him not to come back for right now because it's not safe. The same students have actually stormed the and demanded that he send out a email to all the instructors saying that students' assignments will be late, administration, and that they shouldn't be penalized for it. And he actually went along with it.
What the fuck?
They're calling for him to be fired. This guy.
On what grounds?
The fact that he's racist.
He's racist?
Yeah, but I mean, this guy is like the most. He's actually a Bernie supporter. This professor actually voted for wanted Bernie to win.
Yeah.
Of him actually, campaigning for Bernie and stuff like that. So I mean, it's not like he's not a liberal. He's not even a right wing or anything like that. He just happens to be white. It's like the left eating the left now. And so,
wow.
The president of the university has actually told the police officers of the thing not to interfere with the demonstration.
What?
Not to arrest people.
Oh my god! Hell no.
Yep. So I mean, they're just taking over the colleges, man. They're just taking over everything, and it's like I could probably give my daughter and my kids a better college education teaching them at home
than actually paying for one yourself.
Yeah, than paying for one. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's so fucking.
Dude, like this whole board of education needs to be fired. Like this board of education that's like in charge right now. Like, every single one of these motherfuckers needed to be vetoed off the goddamn island. Like, this is ridiculous, dude. Like, how the fuck are these kids gonna get away with saying whatever the fuck they want, right? And I get what Rag was trying to explain. Like, the idea of college is to be about free speech and your ideologies, right? And I completely agree. But yeah, like, at what point does the extreme parts get regulated? Like, the extremities. Like, the extreme shit. Like... a teacher not being able to come to work for a day.
I think he would probably. I mean, he's not obviously not here to say that. I'm not trying to speak for him, but I think that he would likely agree that once it starts infringing on another person's rights.
Oh yeah.
At that point, it needs to be stopped.
Yep.
And that's what they're doing right now. They're infringing on his right to work, and I mean his right to provide for his family and everything else. I mean, I'm sure that hopefully the college is actually paying him while he's not working because
they fucking better.
It's not really his fault that he's not at work. It's not like he's calling in saying, I'm just not going to come in today. I mean, he's actually been told you can't come.
Yeah. I mean, that's wrong, dude. Like, it's fucking wrong. These fucking kids are just like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and fuck your career up because we're a bunch of self-hating fucking left extremists that want a communist nation.
Yeah, there's actually video footage now. These students actually going around, just going around to random white professors and just like cornering them at their door, and just screaming that, yeah, we want racist, the racist teachers to go. And like, how the fuck they're even a racist just because they're white skinned? I mean, yeah, is what's funny is that you actually have white people in the crowd chanting this. It's like, I mean, like, you don't even know this person's a racist, but just because of the color of their skin, they're a racist. So,
Right?
I mean, like that just, I don't know how that circle of thought doesn't go into anybody's head. It's just, it blows my mind. I don't know. The whole world's gone to fucking hell, and I think, like I said today, like that we need to give all these leftists their safe spaces, and tell them, meet everybody, all the leftists. We're gonna give you the safe space. Meet at the airports, across the country at this time. Free plane to your own personal safe space. Go over and drop them off in Syria and say, there's your safe space. Be happy.
Yep.
I just,
I
think
agree.
I would,
I agree with that sentiment. Fuck yeah, let's do it, dude. Fucking
I mean,
corral them bitches.
Yeah, we can even take like the KKK, and if we even want to go there, because I don't really like them either, but like take the far white supremacist bullshit, and take them and drop them off in like where the African tribes are actually killing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Up there, just let them have like the real, like a real world awakening. It's just it's just fucking irritating. I watched the Joe Rogan thing. I don't know how old it was because I didn't really pay attention, but it was another thing of the left eating the left. It was an all girls college.
Oh, God.
And this girl went there, and very liberal college. She went there and graduated there, and then she started working there, and then she decided she wanted a sex change, or she's, no, I don't know what, but to me she's still a woman, but
yeah,
she changed over to a man. We're hiring for like the diversity board, like the leader of the diversity board, and obviously the girl was white, and so when she applied to be the leader of the diversity board, they actually told her that they don't want her there because she's a white male. She's part of the fucking problem. Different than what she was like 5 minutes ago, and plus she's trans. I'm like, isn't that supposed to be like the ultimate, oppressed group and stuff? So I mean, like, wouldn't she like be like the key person for like the diversity thing, like what they want? But since she actually turned herself into a man and she was white, they automatically saw her just as a white man, and all of a sudden she became a racist and everything else. Even though she's a fucking liberal, she's obviously a liberal because she's, just, it blows my fucking mind. And then they say they don't hate us based on our skin color, but yeah, come on, man, it's clear.
No, they don't you know, like, and they've been practicing this for a while, is that whole the whole mantra of you cannot be racist against white people.
Oh
You
yeah,
say whatever you want,
thing.
and it's not considered racist. That is what they truly believe. And I'm just like, really? Like, what kind of stupid shit is that to say to somebody who is trying to help you? Like, oh, you know what? You're my homie. You're trying to help us out through our riots, but you know what? You're just a cracker. But don't worry, we're cool still because that's not racist. Like, I would knock that motherfucker out. I'd be like, what?
It blows my mind that how the world's just gone. I mean, it's just gone to fucking hell, like so fucking quick.
It's retarded, bro. I mean, it's retarded.
Have you seen the movie called The Red Pill?
No, I haven't.
You need to watch it. You can rent it on YouTube for $3.99. Movie to watch. It's actually a documentary into the men's rights activist.
Uh-huh.
And it was actually done by a feminist.
Really?
Yes, and it's a very powerful movie. I mean, it's very eye-opening. And the director or the producer of the movie, she actually documentary. She, I guess, identified as a feminist for like 3 years since she was like 18 years old, and I think she made this movie like when she was 22 or 23, maybe even later on in life. Maybe I don't know. I think she might have been 27. I don't know. I can't remember for sure exactly how old she is. I know she's in her 20s now.
Yeah.
But after making the movie, and because in the movie she talks to men's rights activists for quite a while, and then she'll flip over and like go talk to some feminists about like some of the issues that she's been hearing and stuff, and get their take on it. And she does a very good, what a good documentist or whatever should do is like just ask a question and just let them talk. Don't interrupt. Don't rebuttal them. Don't try to debate them or anything like that. Just let people talk. And so she didn't really like interrupt or challenge anybody's ideas on either side, and just let them just kind of like freely speak. And she said that after about up the movie, she said she no longer will ever identify as a feminist.
Really?
She said it has nothing to do with the men's rights activist, but she said the reason why she's not a feminist is because she learned more about feminism.
Damn.
She said she can't put her identify as something that's such filled with such hate.
Well, that's.
I mean, because
I didn't see that coming.
no. I mean, it's. I mean, like they. In the oh god, I can't spoil the movie. I mean, it's something that everybody should go watch it. I mean, like I said, it's $3.99 on YouTube. They banned it at most places, like most movie showings. The left feminists have actually got it like taken completely out of Australia, like where you can't even watch it.
Wow.
I think you can maybe watch it on YouTube. I'm not sure, but they were actually having like theater showings, but they've actually been shut down.
Damn.
Where they won't even show it. So the only way I know of it, you can see it is through YouTube, and it's like an hour and a half, hour and 50 minutes, something like that. But just take a couple hours out and just watch it. It's actually an excellent movie, and it actually shows a lot of the misleading information about the men's rights activists that the news media and stuff has actually portrayed.
Damn.
Definitely worth a watch.
I'm definitely have to look into this. I think I saw like a bunch of ads for it like not so long ago, but I didn't know that's what this was about. Because I never really I never watched any of the ads for it or anything. I just skipped it. So, I'm definitely gonna have to check it out then. Speaking of this kind of content though, so I watched my first episode of Dear White People. Okay, so. You may agree with me and you may disagree with me. I thought the shit was hilarious. I thought the shit was funny because it doesn't even take itself seriously. In fact, they even diss on some of the black movements that exist today. And they even diss on themselves as much as what's been going on. And they even go as far as dissing on most of the left media like BuzzFeed. So, I mean, so to sit there and say that this is like, oh my god, this is cancer. A lot of people may disagree with me on this, but I liked it. I thought the shit was funny as fuck. I was like, they made fun of themselves. They carried on, and there's certain parts that I actually picked up on where one of their activists was like, man, this isn't all about just fucking black people rights, right? I actually paid attention to this show, the first episode. A lot of people took that. Or I want to say they say they watched it, but I don't believe they did. Because if they did, then they would have known that this was a comedy piece, and they weren't taking themselves seriously. It sounds like to me like a lot of people got heated because of the title. They didn't even fucking watch it.
I think the title was named that in order to do exactly what it did. Get attention. And it did. And I mean, negative attention, positive attention, it still got attention. That definitely, upped the to see it. I'm like you. I haven't actually watched the full episode. I've actually seen bits and pieces of it through YouTube.
Yeah, I watched the first. I watched the first full episode the other night. I was bored, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna watch it." and I thought that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean the parts that I actually seen on it was actually, I mean, they're actually, I guess, highlighting all the like even hypocrisies within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think it's just a kind of like a tongue in cheek thing
it
against
is. It,
every race.
Yep, it is because the main protagonist, the radio DJ, right? Like the whole time, you think she hates white people because she speaks up so arrogantly against them, and then like about halfway through, guess who she's banging?
White guy, yeah.
A white dude. I was like, oh shit! I didn't see that one coming. I thought for sure she was gonna be banging one of her fellow followers. But like it was at this point, like I was like, yo, this is not meant to be serious. Like this was never meant to be serious. This was meant to just tongue in cheek between both sides and fuck with everybody to see how everybody takes to that episode. And that's exactly what happened. They took the name of it, and they knew that people were just gonna run with it and make it into a lot more than it really was. I got friends on my Facebook, bro, that literally like this week. I got 2 of them, in fact, that said, oh my God, this is such a terrible show. They have literally become the very thing that they hated. They became the fucking SJW of the right leaning. And I never thought I'd ever see that, to tell you the truth. Because
it exposed a lot of people.
It exposed a lot of motherfuckers, bro. Because how many friends did you have? I mean, even
there was a time, man. They were all tweeting out.
Yeah, they're like, "Fuck this! This is fucking racist! Blah blah blah! This is terrible!" And I'm like, "Did you even watch it?" And they're like, "No, I'm not gonna watch that shit." I'm like, "You should really watch it. Like, literally, anybody who has a problem with that show, you need to fucking watch it and laugh because that shit is hilarious." Like,
there was how I saw most of it was there's a channel on YouTube called, like, by his name was like Hunter Avalone.
Mm-hmm.
He's part of, like, I guess you would consider like the right, and like making fun of, I guess, talking about like SJWs and all this stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But while he's actually watching it, like bits and clips of it, and then he'll cut out and he'll say his part. But I mean, even during the most obvious, like where the like how people are in a blackface party or whatever. And,
yeah.
They have the black people storming in looking like thugs and everything else like that, and he's like, could you possibly paint the black people in a worse light? I'm like going, you don't realize that's what they're trying to do. They're actually, it's actually set that way to make just to feed into stereotypes on all sides.
Yeah, and if anybody, if that guy actually watched it, he would have known that the black protagonist is the one that actually set the invite out after she raised a stink about it to get it taken out.
That's the crazy thing is he actually watched it. But he still came up with the fact that it's against white people. And it's like, it's not. It's like, how did you watch that? I mean, even the little clips that I seen, I could tell that it wasn't an actually I hate white people thing. It was definitely just a shit on every damn race thing.
Yo, yeah. It shits on both white and blacks. And there's even, I think there's like a Mexican joke in there, too. Like, I'm like, damn.
And still got the racist vibe from him. It's like, that might be exposing a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
What I saw, I'll probably watch it just because it seems
it's funny, dude. I'm dead serious, Rabbi. You should see it. It is hilarious. Like, there's a scene in there where her friend is sitting on the fucking the radio host DJ's like fucking bench or whatever while she's talking, and like she's telling her friend how she's watching this white girl on social media about the fucking McGrib. Yeah. I was like, if you chop that McRib up in fourths, you could actually lose weight. I'm like, what? That's not how this works. I knew for a fact that it was meant to be funny. I knew from like when I first saw it, dude. I was like, this shit is hilarious. I might actually keep watching it, dude. I have to keep it going because if anybody is anything worth their salt and they're not easily fucking offended. I say go ahead and watch it. It is really funny. In fact, I thought it was one of the funnier Netflix pieces. That's a Netflix exclusive, if I remember correctly, and it's really well done. It really is. I think they have more than one episode, right? Like I said, I only watched the one episode.
There's a whole season.
Oh yeah, I have to finish that shit.
I'm pretty sure there is. I think it's a whole like a season thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish that shit because that shit was funny. Like, and there's even meaningful parts where like the boyfriend talks about, I would still have your back and I wouldn't let my friends treat you like that. Like, it wasn't a rebuttal. It wasn't something about the way the situations go today. In fact, it is something that should be taking place today, and it's not. And that's having your friends back in those kind of situations. And that was probably one of the more meaningful things that I actually took from that show. I thought it was hilarious. Like I said, you're right, though, man. It exposed a lot of motherfuckers on the internet. A lot of the right guys that were like anti-Anita Sarkeesian, anti-Zoe Quinn, anti-feminist, anti-fucking left thought, period, have all like went instant fucking, oh my god, that offends me. And like, I want to ask these people, and some of those people actually watch this show, so I'm going to ask you guys that are like that. Remember when we all used to laugh in the beginning of the game talk about being easily offended? For those of you that are watching right now and you thought that show was deeply offending to you, what happened to you? That's all I'm going to ask. I'll leave it at that. Leave the comment down below and let me know, because I didn't really think the show was that bad. In fact, I liked the show. So, then again, I guess I have that sense of humor. I have a racial sense of humor. Like, we crack jokes with fucking what's his face? Fratanga all the time about being a Mexican, and he cracks on me about being a Native American.
You cracks on me about being white, so. But it doesn't bother me. It
doesn't bother me either. That's why I'm so confused.
I mean, if it's just like full anti-white bullshit, like being people like actually being serious, then yeah, that bothers me. I mean, because it does like that with any race, like whether it be anti-black, anti-Mexican, whatever. I can't stand like racist at all, but I mean, if it's like tongue-in-cheek jokes, I don't give a shit. Like,
yeah.
That's just all good fun.
Bro, I think what's going on, bro, is like we're seeing a reversal of roles here. This is something I think you and I have talked about in the past, where you're going to start seeing characteristics of the left starting to show through to the right. The easily offendable, the easily triggered, the easily angered over any slightest joke that's against any person that they follow or person that they voted for. You're going to start seeing that, and that sucks.
It just I don't know if I mean, you'll get to see like the people that are the easily offended, but I don't think you'll ever get to the point to where the right's going to be.
No, only certain members of the right, not all of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that they even like there would be even in the same amount of numbers being on the right side of, because I don't see I see that maybe the right being like the getting into like the part of the rights, obviously whenever I say this, but getting into like the easily offended part, but I don't think that you'll ever see them like out like protesting and shutting speakers down and like that.
I hope we don't see that. I hope we don't start seeing that, because that's going to be embarrassing then.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't really identify with right or left. I just kind of identify myself as I'm really more of a libertarian, but
yeah.
Yeah,
so I'm a centrist. I'm more of a centrist personally. I guess that's a libertarian. I don't know.
Well, I mean, libertarian just. I mean, I don't believe the government should really have much more of a role than to protect and to kind of protect and to make sure that we're taken care of as far as safety and security goes. As far as like passing laws to protect people's feelings and make sure people are taken care of financially and all this, like no, not really.
Yeah. How dare you, Rambo? You're a monster. Don't you know when you pay into that, you're owed that for the rest of your life?
Well, now I do know it. I mean, I do believe though that like Social Security was. I mean, that is a good thing. I mean, obviously I'm benefiting from it, but even if I wasn't, because that was the only reason that it's taking out of anybody's tax money now.
Bro, I was hearkening towards the those that have not paid into it, so they justify collecting it because everybody else is.
You can't now. The thing with here's the thing with Social Security. Like there's a SSI and then there's SSDI. Like SSDI, you actually, in order to get the disability payments, you actually have had to have worked and actually have credible work history.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you'll get an SSI check, which actually comes from your state. Where you're like state funds, where you get like $400, $500 a month, $600 a month, something like that. Now everybody talks about like the Social Security is welfare, whatever, because let's be, taking money out of my taxes to pay for you, and you're right. I mean, it is right now, but that's not the original intention from it, and that's not. That shouldn't be the fault of the people that are actually collecting the Social Security, whether it be disability, whether it be retirement, whatever they're collecting from Social Security. It shouldn't be their fault because of it. The government, whenever it was created, was actually taking money out of your check, everybody's check, for your Social Security retirement or your Social Security needs, whether it be disability or whatever. And the government was never supposed to touch that. It was supposed to just sit in an account, and none of those funds were supposed to be appropriated anywhere else besides people retiring, or being disabled and stuff. So the government then started chipping into it and taking money out of it, and kind of almost depleted it. And so now in order for them to pay it back, they're having to take some of the tax money that's being paid in and put it back into the kitty, which then people are feeling like that they're paying, for everybody on Social Security. Well, like, that's not, you're paying because your congressman that you voted for or whatever, it was a fuck up, they didn't stop the bill that allowed them to do that. So Social Security, I think, is an okay thing, because everybody that the only way to pay to collect it is to pay into it.
Right.
I mean, welfare. I think welfare is I think it's a good system. I think it's good to have, but I think that restructuring of it, because right now, like they've made it now to where it's almost like an incentive to be on welfare.
And there's too much there's too much of the easily taking advantage of it going on.
Well, yeah, I mean,
right?
people that could actually work and taking advantage of it and getting it.
Like the part-time worker, right? The part-time worker that's having a hard time getting another job to make up his hours. That's what that's for. The single mother, the single father who is working a full-time job and can barely keep a roof over their head. That's what that's for. The mentally and the physically disabled, unable to work, deserves all the above.
Yeah, that's what it's for. But I mean, the ones that are.
But there's areas in my town, and in fact there's some pretty big YouTube videos that went up that came out of my town, where restaurant owners were using their child's welfare to pay for stock and soda into their restaurant. And there's like a lady that was actually busted in the parking lot over at the Smith's that's over by my house. That shit blew up all over Facebook. They saw her, and I know who she is because her restaurant is literally down the street from me, where she freaking was taking her son's welfare, and his EBT, and buying all the shit for her restaurant. That's wrong. We're gonna turn a profit off of government's pension, really? Like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I hate people like that. And of course, hers was like, "Oh, you should mind your own fucking business." Like, no, fuck you. I would have probably freaked out too if I witnessed that shit, especially if I understood the situation.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And Phil, like you said in the chat there, that you feel like there needs to be a regular checkup on welfare. I mean, that's. Yes and no. I mean, like, there can be, but I mean, like, how would you prove that? I mean, it's happening without just by checking up on it. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be kind of hard to do that. I think there are definitely, especially if you're able-bodied, whether you're a single mom or whether you're anybody, if you're able-bodied, there needs to just be a time limit.
Yeah.
Like, you have 90 days worth of. You have to have a job in 90 days. Like that's just the end of the story. The only problem that does, though, is that I think that affects the kids, because like these women are like having 5 or 6 kids, or even 1 or 2. It doesn't have to be 5. if a woman don't get benefits,
yeah,
then that kind of screws the kid,
yeah, yeah.
I think that maybe even go as far as to, I know it sucks for the families thing and stuff like that, but if a single mom or whatever and she's capable of working, obviously she's not mentally or physically disabled, she goes in there, she applies for food stamps or applies for welfare. I'm not even going to say food stamps, just like welfare in general.
Yeah.
She gets a 90-day window. And then in that 90 days, if she has not produced a job, she could still even collect food stamps after to help pay for like the stuff that
do the same thing as unemployment. Yeah, do the same thing as unemployment,
like,
and ask for an expansion of time.
Because I'm making this X amount of money, but I mean it's obviously not enough to cover everything. So can you help me out? With the food stamps?
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable.
Cool. That's cool to me.
Yeah,
that's cool to me. But like after 90 days, if she has not gotten a job at all, then her kid's gone. Her kids go into the system. They're fed. They're taken care of. They don't get any benefits taken away from them. But she loses every right to her kids, and she's fucked because she does no longer have welfare and she no longer has her kids.
And this is where I feel like a welfare check would be more in place, because there's going to be some situations where the mother say she can't go out and look for work because she's got to take, like you said, 4 or 5 kids, right? So 4 or 5 kids, you have 3 little ones, and then you say so you have two of them that aren't even at the age yet where they could stay home and help babysit, right? So right. I mean, this woman could probably try to do everything right, dude, and if we were to go by that, she would still lose her kids. And I think that would be wrong. The thing is,
was that with welfare, I mean, I don't know how it is, and I think it's pretty much almost like the same in every state, but now, if she's getting the welfare benefits, like as far as like an actual welfare check every month, she's also getting daycare assistance, and basically being able to drop her kids off at a approved daycare for free or even pennies on the dollar.
If that's the case, then I would understand. But I'm saying because Arizona doesn't have that. The Arizona state benefits doesn't offer free benefits like that for single parents. The parents still have to pay out of pocket for their child care and stuff for those places. That's what I was getting at.
Depending on how much you make, if you're unemployed, then it's zero. Like you pay $0 to drop your kids off at daycare, and then once you become employed, it goes off of your amount of money you make, to where sometimes you're paying 50% of the cost, and the welfare is covering the other 50%, and then you might if you get a raise, you get up to 75% there. Until it works out to where you're paying the full 100% once you're making enough money. But I think that there's got to be some sort of incentive to make these people go to work.
Oh, the incentive for me, I mean, I think what you were just now saying is a good start. Hey, you don't get your shit together, all right, and you're not putting a good effort into it, you should have your kids taken away from you. Because let's face it, there are mothers out there that are about taking money from their ex-husband who's paying probably $200-$300 depending on what state you live in. I know in Arizona, welfare for kids, especially when it comes to Arizona being more pro-woman for being a single mother than the fathers, these guys out here are paying almost $200-$300 a kid, and it doesn't matter how many they have. If they have five of them, that's $1,000+ out of each paycheck, regardless. So, it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's crazy, and some of these women just don't care enough about their kids. And they'll just blow their money, whatever. Her ex-man is paying for her children, so she don't need to do shit, right? That's exactly how a lot of these women look at that, and I think that's wrong. So I think for the majority, it would clear that up, but I fear if there isn't some sort of adjustment for some of these states to have to follow, like you were saying, to pay for the daycare or the child care, that this might actually steamroll the honest ones out there, and I think that would be wrong.
Don't obviously, if there's roadblocks to obviously daycare would be a huge roadblock, because if you're single and you're not working, or even if you are working, married and working, and you have even one kid or sometimes multiple kids, daycare is most daycares are out of the question paying out of pocket because they're so fucking expensive.
Oh yeah, like, some of them ask for like, I mean, I don't know about where you live, but I know out here, we have daycare places everywhere out here. There's like one almost every 2 to 3 blocks, and some of them go as high as like 40 for a kid per kid, and that's not even including like lunches and stuff. So it's like I know some of that shit could be, huh? No, a day.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like going, yeah, because here, yeah, it's like $300-$400 a week for a kid.
Yeah, this shit is ridiculous.
And I think that if there's no roadblocks there, then I think that it just like make it to where there's like no roadblocks, and then do it, because then it would get rid of like the giving money to crackheads. Yep. It would take the babies away from the crackhead people, because obviously in 90 days, if you haven't got it, then take the damn kid away.
And for the infrastructure for that to work well, though, like the infrastructure to make that work well would have to be extreme investigations on the foster care parents that they're going into, because we all know that sometimes being in a foster place is actually worse than
foster, especially the privatized foster care is like,
oh my god, that shit is terrible, dude. Like I can't believe some of these. Have you read some of those stories on that, dude?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
My daughter watches a show called like The Fosters.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny. Their last name is Fosters, but yet they're foster moms or whatever. Seeing that, I mean, obviously, those are like they get the stories off of real life, and then they put them into the show. It's like, wow, that's just, it's sad to know that like this shit happens to these kids, because like these kids like have no fucking fighting chance. I mean, like they get moved out of one shitty situation into another shitty situation, sometimes even a worse shitty situation.
Yep.
And then nobody listens to them whenever they actually speak up and say, look, I'm being abused, or they always look at the adults as, well, I mean, you're a foster parent, so you're good, you're okay.
Yep.
And especially privatized, they're actually incentivized like to look the other way, because then the more kids they place in a home, the more money these private companies make. It's just unfortunate that we do that, do that to our kids. Mm-hmm. We definitely, I mean, the whole system needs reworked. I mean, it definitely, it can't just be like as simple as like just fix the 90 days, your kids are gone type thing. But I mean, the whole system has to be reworked. And I think that like something like that 90-day rule on that portion.
Did you hear about how like if they keep them longer, they get more money too?
Yeah.
I had a friend in California, bro. Like we went to high school together out there, and he was a foster kid, and the family that they put him in, dude, were fucking horrendous. Like they made it to where he couldn't even go outside, so he would sneak outside to get on the phone to talk to me. And like the company like changed his fucking birthday. Like he was like when I first met him, he was like 2 or 3 months away from turning 18. But then when he got transferred into this new house, they said that he was still 17. Like his birthday had already gone and passed, and they said, "Nope, sorry, you're still in the system. You're still you're still under the age of 18. The government still can tell you where to live." I was like, "What?" Like, the shit? And so I looked that up, and yeah, if they stay in the system longer, they get more money. I'm like, whoa! Like, that is, what? Like, so they can, like, literally, like, manipulate your life if you're in that system.
Yeah, that's the reason why I definitely think private-funded foster care and private-funded prisons need to go away.
Oh yeah.
It's all an incentive to keep people in prison, or to put people in prison, or to put people in foster care. And the bad shit that happens is overlooked because it's a profit for them by having more people there.
Yep.
So the private, I mean, I don't believe in privatization of that kind of shit like that at all. That definitely needs to be state funded or federal funded.
They should be state funded or community funded of those towns. So like if you have a jail in your town, and the state itself wants to use it, then the state itself has to pay into a subsidiary for that town. I think that's how it should be, because if it's ran by us, that means the federal government cannot profit off of it. They cannot possibly touch any of that. Only thing they can do is bring in backup in case we need it. That's it. That's all they can do.
And definitely the private companies, the shell companies, can't make millions and millions off
Exactly, because we have a shell company out in middle of nowhere in Arizona, out in Golden Valley, and I have buddies that work for it, and they've told me some fucking horrendous ass stories about the inmate shit. I'm like, dude, like this makes me hate these companies more and more. And hey, what do you guys know? A lot of these came from these ideas for privatize this shit came from California.
Oh yeah,
It came from California.
Most of the shit like happens from California. California and New York seems like where most of the shit like actually
all the stupidity comes from.
Yeah, and then it kind of filters its way throughout the rest of the world, rest of the United States. But with the damn it, I was thinking about something that you was talking about Child Protective Services.
What about it?
Probably think of it. Yeah, I don't know. I was reading some of the comments, and then it made me think. But then I all of a sudden I lost all train of thought.
Kind of like so another thing from California that they do actually out here that they get in Arizona. Sometimes, and it's not that bad as it is in California. Like, in California, like, they try to look for every reason in the world to take your child away from you, right? Like, they look for anything they could do. Like Shane, when he lived out there, he experienced from a teacher that if that child was to have turned him in for making her do dishes, she would have been taken away. And turned in towards the child welfare system. So, like, that stuff happens out here, but it has to be reported, like, more than once. And like a lot of the shit that happens in California, all the serious shit is always overlooked because they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, here, I mean, my two kids, when we first me and my wife ex-wife first got divorced. Mm-hmm. I had the kids, and then once they got older and started, being able to talk and stuff like that, they expressed they wanted to go live with their mom. Mm-hmm. And I was, I was just like, she was married at the time, and I was thinking, okay, everything's great. So I let them. We switched everything over. Went on. I mean, my son was being beat. They were actually all doing drugs together. And I mean, I kept calling in and reporting to Child Protective Services, like they'd come out and investigate, and nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong. And then, like, I even took her to court and spent over $70,000 in 3 years trying to fight for my kids. And I got my kids, but she still has all her parental rights and still everything else. It's like we actually had to settle out of court because the guardian ad litem, I had a 3.5-inch binder full of police reports and everything else, like going through there of all the evidence against her mom. And the guardian ad litem is the attorney for the kids. And that she gets to talk to us by ourselves, and then she gets to talk to each kid by themselves. And through all that the mom was a good fit for the kids to actually live with. So we actually settled out of court so that way the guardian ad litem could not testify, because we were afraid that if she actually testified that they would go back with their mom after all that. So I actually had to settle with visitation rights and everything else. But I mean, I was just glad that I had full custody.
Bro,
it's like,
so she fucking this person was like, oh yeah, she seems perfectly sane for you to go ahead and take this child away from the father, even though the mother is a complete whack job.
That was she told her attorneys that she was going to give the recommendation that the kids could live wherever they wanted to, but she was saying that the mother was a full complete fit mother. I'm like, you got to be how can you get that when you sit there and have all this documentation? It's not like I'm just making shit up. I actually drove to, because she was married to a felon that actually had his kids taken away from actually beating his kids and stuff like that. I actually drove all the way to Georgia to get his police reports and everything else. I mean, I had everything, all this documentation, all this facts, and she still was just going to give them to her mom.
What the fuck?
But I mean, there's no bias against men in court, like, at all. I mean,
there is big time.
That is insane to me. But I have
Yep,
to.
70.
I'll be right back, you guys. I have to go check. I guess my AC's acting up, so I'll be right back.
All right.
Sorry, I'm kind of
Yeah,
tardy. The
70,000.
people at McDonald's are fucking stupid, and they take forever with 3 cars in the drive-thru.
People, those are the ones that like will forever work at McDonald's.
Yep. She had her eyebrows tattooed on, so I didn't expect much else.
Yeah, once you see that, you're like, yeah, fuck, man. I got to make sure that when I said no pickle, you actually put no pickle.
But no, there is definitely a bias against men in court.
Oh yeah, I know there is, but I mean that people say that there, you know, the feminists say there's not, but I mean like, I don't mind to hear people say that, but I'm like, I've lived it. I know there is.
So what? I was listening to most of the cast in the car. But did you guys cover any gaming things?
We haven't got to gaming yet. He kind of started off with the that he quoted, and then we kind of just went off into the tangents about that right there.
Did So you guys didn't talk about how they want Far Cry? What is it, 5 now canceled?
Well, I mean, no, I mean that was that Far Cry 5 tweet, the petition.
Mm-hmm.
Are you referring to the petition that like to have it changed?
Yeah.
Or whatever? Yeah. That's actually a fake petition.
Oh, thank God.
The Forbes writer, Paul Tassi, actually did an article on it where he actually delved into it and actually did the due diligence and found out that was actually a fake. It's actually a real change.org, you know, petition or whatever, but it was actually created by
Like out of
to make it
spite.
look like make it look like white people were offended or whatever. But
God.
he was the only one who actually broke the story. The rest of them were all basically saying the alt right is, you know, coming after Far Cry. And yeah, I mean, when there's actually people even tweeting on the opposite side talking about like the SJWs are pissed off because the protagonist or the antagonist, I guess, is a bunch of white guys. It's like, I'm tired of seeing straight white males. I'm like, what? You're getting to kill these people. Like, these people, like, they're just.
Well, California added a 3rd gender option to their driver's licenses. Did you know that?
Like other?
I don't know exactly what it's called, but you don't have to claim male or female. There's an option for people that either your gender is not listed or you don't prefer to specify.
No, for fuck's sake, they need to stop that shit.
Yeah, because toaster is not on the driver's license form. I looked. It's not. Neither is, let's see, what's the other popular one? I've heard people, they identify themselves as a vacuum cleaner, but I think that's a sexual joke. Now, the more I think about it, but yeah.
The
So
attack helicopter.
yeah. There's no attack helicopter either. So it's man, woman, or something else. I don't.
These people. The left is just. I call them leftist. Liberals obviously encompass everybody that's, you know, left leaning, but the ones that are fucking crazy and doing this, you know, 3rd gender option and all that kind of stuff, those are leftist. I mean, those are people that are like thinking like outside their, like, I think they're on the spectrum. They're fucking full on autistic.
You definitely, and it's like I heard you say specifically because I was in that drive-through for like 25 minutes, and it's like 5 minutes from my house. That's the only place I went, and I was gone from 10 to now. So, but I heard you say specifically that the world's gone to shit real fast, and I like tapped my wife on the arm, and I'm like, "See, I'm not the only one that says that shit." I mean, because I completely agree with that.
It's gone like it went from like 0 to 100 like real fucking quick. It just I've never I never. I mean, I kind of thought, whenever the whole protest with Donald Trump and crap, I thought, okay, whatever. But it's grown in proportionate sizes. I mean, it's just and get an honest reporter out there, whether they be gaming reporter or a news reporter. I mean, it's all left leaning everywhere, and there's not just like left ideology. I mean, it's that far extreme leftism.
At this point, dude, I don't care if the reporter's talking about paint drying, grass growing, what the fuck ever, leaves falling, as long as they're telling the truth without a bias. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what they're talking about.
The truth is all I care about. Like, I can give a shit less. Like, where, if you're politically left or politically right, I don't give a shit. Just like, don't throw your spin from your ideology into the story. Just like deal with the facts. That's all I care about.
Yeah, these fuckers don't get paid for their opinion. I'm sorry. In that line of work, your opinion doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's one thing to actually state the fact and then do your opinion after, but don't fact. Like, it doesn't. It's just. I'm kind of worried, like where we're headed as a damn country. I've been watching a lot of older videos, but they're about that Charlie Hebdo cartoonist.
Yeah. Yep.
In France or whatever, where that like the Islamic people went in there and killed all the cartoonists and like killed everybody because they depicted Muhammad in a bad light. It's blasphemy, and is you're sentenced to death by being blasphemous to the Prophet Muhammad. I found the cartoon and I tweeted it out today. I was like, I finally found the cartoon that was so damn offensive, and it's like Jesus and Muhammad, and one says hello, and the guy says like hello back or something like that. Apparently that's offensive.
Aren't you not supposed to illustrate or like what is it, infringe on Muhammad or however you want to put that in any way?
You can't put Muhammad in a negative light in any case. Like if you, because obviously they don't believe in Christianity at all. So putting him next to Jesus was blasphemous.
When really, I mean, you could take the religion part out of it and just realize like a lot of people put Jesus on a pedestal. So if they were to put Muhammad with him, shouldn't that be like a peace offering kind of thing? I mean, that's how I would see it.
They make fun of Christianity too. This magazine, and I think that he drew they had a cartoon that had the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, like all having a 3-way anal. I mean, it's just like they without challenge, or without being mocked, or whatever. It's just all in good fun. I mean, that's just obviously if you like it, you like it. You don't. Move on. But like I've been watching these videos about this guy that was speaking out about it, and the Muslim. They were speaking obviously to like having kind of a debate, and the Muslim side of it, the people that got offended and said it shouldn't happen. They're saying that like freedom of speech has its limits, and they're like, well, no, it don't. Not like it's an ideology. Well, it's like they're like it's racist. Like, well, first of all, you can't be racist against a damn religion. Religion and race are you get to choose your religion. You don't get to choose your race. And so
or your gender up, like, while we're at it.
Yeah, or your gender. Yeah. But he kept bringing up like, well, how come these people were. Magazine was completely against like printing any anti-Semitism, but yet it's okay for depicting Muhammad in this way. And it was like, well, because anti-Semitism, like Jews are an actual race. It's an actual race of people.
Yeah,
it's not just a religion. Like there's a religion, an ideology from the religion side of it of Jewish, and there's an actual race of Jewish people.
You can actually come from Jerusalem and you're a Jew.
It's like obviously the reason why the anti-Semitism is because you're actually like you're depicting a race, in a certain way. You're making fun of like a race, which would be a racist thing. But like you can't compare that to making fun of like a religion because that's an ideology. That's what you choose. And so they like he wouldn't cop to like saying that people should be allowed to make fun of Muhammad. because unless they like said that people should be able to allow to be make fun of Jews, like the two aren't equal. Like you got to get rid of like this Muslim thing as like being a race, because Muslim is not a race. And I mean, like the world's just gone to hell. Like everybody, I don't know. I mean, like nobody would actually show the like whenever like all that happened, like nobody would show the cartoon.
Are we still being broadcasted?
Yeah, I mean, we're still live. I mean, I just refreshed Twitter and it said they're still showing live. I think he just probably got timed out for AFK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these people that like hold Muhammad into like some sort of thing, like you know, I mean, he, I guess, wed a like 9-year-old or something like that, 6-year-old, something like that. It was some young ass age girl. Fucking sick shit. Oh, next week, starting Tuesday of next week, I think it is the 10th. Is that next Tuesday? I'm not sure. I don't quote me
No,
on that.
that's not next Tuesday. No.
Yeah, it's not next Tuesday, but don't quote me on next Tuesday. But I think it's coming up soon here in June, where if you spend $100 on PlayStation, they'll give you $15 back. Like if you buy $100 in games or whatever, you'll get later on, like probably within a couple of weeks to a month later, you'll get a tweet or a message on your PlayStation from PlayStation, and you'll click on it and you'll get a $15 credit towards your account.
That's awesome.
I'm definitely gonna try to hold off on buying some games until that thing comes up, because I wonder, it'd be nice if you actually spent like $100 and then, you know, if you spend another $100, you get another $15 back. And the gaming news, I don't know really. Plus games are actually pretty good this month.
Yeah, I know. You got what was it, Killing Floor 2?
Yeah, and Life is Strange. Yeah.
That's a really really good month for not just PlayStation, but shit, if it was anywhere, that's an excellent month.
Oh yeah. It's definitely I'm definitely excited about getting Killing Floor 2, because I was actually going to buy it not too long ago, but then it, like right before it like leaked, I was looking at it on the store, and then it leaked saying that, you know, this month might be Killing Floor 2. I was like, well, shit, I'm going to hold off to see if that actually comes true. And sure enough.
Yeah, I think for Xbox we get Watch Dogs and something else. Oh, Assassin's Creed 3, I believe.
Yeah.
So they're like fucking us with Ubisoft titles.
It makes you wonder, because I think that the reason why they're doing the Ubisoft titles is because of possibly Assassin's Creed being at E3 for Xbox, on the Xbox side. Getting right for the new Assassin's Creed game.
So that title coming up, that zombie game called Days Gone, do you know much about that?
Not really. I mean, I just what we saw at E3, or either E3 last year or PlayStation Experience. Yeah, E3 I think it was. Just what we saw there. Yeah, that's all I know. I haven't heard much on it.
Like, I'm trying to figure out if it's like the Division or whatever, just with zombies, or what.
I don't know. I mean, because like see, I don't. It's kind of hard to. Type thing where you can do co-op and stuff like that, and then like just survive in a zombie world, maybe like an RPGs with. I'm not really sure. I don't know. The only thing I know, it kind of what got me interested was having like Sons of Anarchy, the motorcycle people, and then zombies. Like them two together. I'd like to see how that plays out.
Yeah, and they've promised more gameplay and more like news this year at E3. And I guess the people that did Siphon Filter are doing it. That's pretty interesting. I love Siphon Filter.
I never have played Siphon Filter, so I don't know anything about that one.
Brimstone back?
Apparently, maybe his air conditioner like completely broke.
Well, I thought I heard him. Well, Siphon Filter was a PlayStation 1 exclusive. You never played it?
I might have, but I mean, like it's not something that like just sticks out at me. Like PlayStation 1, that it's kind of I have a hard time remembering all the damn games I played on PlayStation 1. I mean, I played a ton. Back then, I wasn't so picky with. Oh, that game looks good. I'm gonna get it. That game looks good. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit, that kind of stuff's come a long way. Back then, the only thing we really had were magazines and those demo discs to really get any inside news.
And the way it was kind of funny because like the way you looked for like if you didn't get the magazines or the demo disc, the only way you could tell or the only way you shopped for a game was you picked up a the box at the store and looked at the back of it.
Yeah.
And kind of determined like from the screenshots that they showed you, like, all right, yeah, that looks good. That looks really cool. And you got it and you either liked it or you didn't. But now it's like I've tried doing that now and like looking at the back of games and I'm like, I was like, how did I ever pick a game just by looking at the back of a game? Like I can't fathom, how that weighs out. I mean, I instead of looking at the screenshots, I actually read what the game is about. I obviously don't buy physical anymore, but like when I go to the store, if I don't know what the game is, obviously, if I like a Street Fighter, I know what that is. But if there's a game I don't know what it is, I'll look at the description of it and then be able, read about like what the game is about, and then I'll decide that way. But like screenshots and shit like that, they don't do shit for me. Like I can't tell from a screenshot if I'm gonna like a game or not. But back then, that's all you had.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually done that a few times too, or I've even watched a trailer from the store or looked at screenshots, read the description, and I'm like, really, this still doesn't tell me enough. I need to see somebody fucking play this thing.
It's weird how spoiled we got to all the information we have now.
I know, it's kind of fucked. Yeah. And like, it's not just with games anymore. Like everything, I have to see like whatever it is. I have to see it in action before I buy it.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's a big purchase, I definitely want to see what it can do before I just like dump my money into it. Now, with a new console, like say like the PlayStation 5 or comes out, like so I won't have to see like what that can do.
Well, like no, if it's something you really like, I mean, yeah, that's different.
Because I mean, I know it's just going to play games. I mean, now obviously the games that then what I play on it, I'll have to see what they can do. But go buy TVs just because, it's a TV. I actually have to see see it in the store. I have to know, like read about it, know about it, like know what's going on, how good of a TV is, what the latency level is, all this different stuff, all this different shit about it before I make a purchase. I don't just fall for the like you walk into Best Buy and see, 4K TV for $900. Like, oh, I gotta have it. I mean, that's not that bad, not that bad of a price for 4K TV, and then get home as a shit, 4K TV.
Yeah, I'm only that way with like select things too, like where it just hits the shelves and I'll pick it up no matter what. I mean, mostly Batman stuff. I don't need to, like figure out if it's durable or if, it's got the Bat logo on it. Okay, it's mine. And game consoles too. I mean, I've never really done much research on those before buying them.
No, now after buying like my first Xbox, the OG Xbox, like I think my dad won in it, like at work or whatever, and he had no use for it, so he gave it to me. I ended up hating it. The controller and it was just I hated it. And then like my son, I bought one for my son because that's what he wanted, and I played it a little bit, and I hated the UI and didn't feel right. The exclusive games on there just to me weren't like what I was looking for. So the Xbox One was like the first console first Xbox console I went out and purchased like for myself and just said, okay, I want it, you know.
Yeah.
And after actually owning an Xbox One, like any other Xbox console comes out, like I'm definitely waiting to buy, because like as it stands right now, the games that I actually want on the Xbox One, I could probably go like 6 years into the life cycle and then buy one and still be okay and still be able to finish all the games I want to play in that year. It's just there's not many games, like there's really just not many games on Xbox One that like intrigue me. That are exclusive, because that's all I would use it for. I mean, obviously there's the third party games that I like, but I have that on my PS4, so.
Yeah, I couldn't stand that original Xbox controller either. It was okay when they came out with the S model, but that original one that came in the box at launch, no, fuck that shit.
The thing was like just bulky as hell. After playing like PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, and then like playing that one, is like, what the hell? I got this like fucking brick in my hand. Like it just,
Yeah.
it was not good at all.
You know, and I mean, and being like younger when it came out, like you would have to seriously like practice reaching across the whole entire fucking thing. It was that big. I mean,
wait, Phil the Gamer, you actually think the UI on the Xbox One is actually improved? I think it's gotten worse, man. I like the UI now. I preferred the UI the way it came.
I don't have a problem with the UI the way it is now. It gets a little confusing sometimes because they added that one guide thing, but once you get used to it, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess obviously for somebody that doesn't play on you know, as a primary or whatever, that it's just not as easy to use as it used to be. Because it used to, I could go in there and, you know, click a couple of things and be like right where I need to be. And now I actually have to go find where I need to be. Like, it's just, there's so many different, like, yeah, I can't, like, I used to be able to click achievements and bam, I was at my achievements. Now you have to click achievements and go see my achievements or see a leaderboard. And it's like, why do I have to do all this crap? Like, just take me to my fucking achievements. Like, it's just clean and there. It's just, like it. And you have that top menu and you just go to where you want to go, and you're just there. I mean, there's no really select a menu, then select another menu, and then go down to another menu, and then it's like you don't have to do all this extra crap.
They added that achievement tracker though. Have you used that yet?
The achievement tracker, like what do you mean?
It's an overlay, like that'll show up in the bottom corner or top corner wherever you set it, where it'll list like the top 3 achievements that you're closest to, and it'll track your progress right there the entire time you're playing the game.
Actually use that. I mean, after playing, because I played all the games up until, well, besides Gears 4, I haven't played that one yet, but I played all the games up until, and then there hasn't been really anything to go play on the Xbox again. I tried the Forza, but like with the Forza Horizon 3, I think that the only way it's going to be fun is if you actually have people like racing with.
The Hot Wheels DLC is amazing.
About the Hot Wheels DLC, but I mean, I just got bored. Like I wasn't playing with anybody. I was just, you know, driving by myself and doing, you know, the little things that popped up or whatever. But I just got bored. It's like, I don't really feel like it. Just turned it off and haven't turned my Xbox back on.
Nigga, I bet you if that shit was on PlayStation 4, you'd be all about it.
No.
You fucking pony. I'm just kidding. So, great news. My condenser went out on my brand new $15,000 $50,000 fucking AC. Are you gotta be fucking kidding me. Really?
So it's not working at all?
Bro, this bitch isn't even a year old yet, and I'm already having issues. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And for those of you that don't know why it's a big deal, it's because when you're living in Arizona, AC is your lifeline, alright? AC is how you live and function in your house. So when you spend like as much of money out the ass like I have to have a completely new system fabricated in the whole 9 yards, you expect that motherfucker to work. And guess what's not working right now? My $15,000 fucking AC.
It doesn't even turn on?
No, it's blowing cold air through the because tonight's not 130 degrees out of Satan's asshole tonight. So it's not hot air blowing. It's actually nice and cool air. But the problem is the condenser isn't flipping on. So like the condenser is, and I was wondering about it because my power went out today. So I'm wondering if the power surge that happened today fucking knocked out my condenser.
Yep.
Which is brand fucking new, by the way. I'm just glad it's not like it was last year. Shannon, you remember last year, right? When I first got that fucking thing?
Yep.
It was 140 plus degrees in my house. And it was 115 outside. Because I live in a brick oven, the heat stays in. So, it was twice as bad at that time. And I couldn't even live here. I actually had to live out of a hotel for a week because of that. That's kind of where all my taxes went. It sucked. It went to the AC, and it went to living out of a hotel. Oh, my God. Such shit. But anyways, we just got good news. We're still under warranty, so they're going to come out tomorrow and fix it. I don't have to pay a goddamn dime. Whew, I was about to flip my shit. Like $15 motherfucking $1,000? God damn.
Long Schlong said stop going half-ass and get the surge protectors.
Bruh, like I would love... Okay, let me put it this way. I would love to go without heating in Minnesota because guess what? I would rather freeze to death than to burn to death.
Yep, me too.
Fuck heat. Like, I already
Fat
told...
guys for the win.
Oh, right? Like, I've already told Shane, like, if I ever move to a colder area, I'm taking him and his family with me. We're all going to move together. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm like, Cedra, you hate your job, right? Let's go. We're done here. We're done in Arizona. We got you out here. You got you started. Now let's all move somewhere nice and cold where we don't have to worry about fucking heaters. Or better yet, high-ass fucking dry heat that reaches up to 115 degrees by 8 a.m. Fuck this, man. Oh, so I am so salty right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm salty both physically and, figuratively. So, So what topics did I miss during my little AC crisis?
California, being you're talking about states, you missed that they added a third gender option to their driver's license.
Are you fucking serious?
Dead serious. It's for people that do not wish to specify male or female.
You know what, man? I'm about ready. Yo, Blacktooth, Shane, myself, and whoever wants to help, we're going to go ahead and dig holes along the fault line of California. Throw TNT down that bitch through the entire coast. It's going to take us at least, I would say almost a year to do. But it's going to be worth it. And then we're going to get all of our friends and family on this side of the border. And then we're going to hit the eject button. That's what we're going to fucking do. Fuck California. It needs to die already. Like, I am so sick of California. It is like, and that used to be my, honestly, when I was a kid, bro, like, I used to think, hey, I could live out here for my whole life. There's so much to do. Like, I loved it out there when I was a kid. But now, it's like a giant cesspool of fucking teeny bopper, hippie, crybaby bitches, dude. I'm like, like, I want to just, like, I become a very bitter person when it comes to California. Maybe, probably because I've lived out there.
I couldn't live there because I'd have people, like, picketing my fucking house every day.
Get that Trump sign off your lawn, man! You fucking racist! Boo! Like, yo, the motherfuckers out there will try to kill you, though. Like, that's already happened during the Trump thing. Like, some dude almost got shot. Like, it was fucking ridiculous. Can you imagine that shit going on? Like, yeah, I'm practicing my free speech. Oh, no, you're not, nigga. You got a fucking gun in your face. How you like me now?
I'd be like, the Californian that didn't follow the law out there. I'd be the one, carrying the gun too, and like, look, you pulled the gun on me, I'm still gonna kill you. Yeah, I might go to jail and prison, whatever, but you know what? It's worth it because there's one less SJW on the damn road.
Yep, that's exactly how I look at it. I'd be like, oh, I shot and killed a man in California. Worth every fucking bullet. Like, oh, worth every bullet? Yeah, I shot him like 30 times. I reloaded 3 times. What?
Make sure
They
that
tacked on an
motherfucker
extra
gets-
life sentence, but who cares?
Yeah, it's like I mean, once you got one life sentence, I mean, what's another one?
Fuck it, let's do
Exactly.
it. And those are illegal clips, sir. Yeah, you guys didn't even see the clips that were in my back pocket that you didn't let me load.
Waited just a little bit longer, a few more bullets, and you would have been able to really get me.
It's like, oh, he's got like 6 life sentences running in contingent without chances of parole. It's like, yep, you know what that means? They're like, what? 7 days a week, I got meals and nap times.
I get to work out for free and watch cable TV and
You're like, hey man, you guys got an all men's club in there with a pool table? Cause I am down. Yo, like if you what would you do, Rambo? Like if you ended up say something like that happened to you and you didn't and you knew you were fucked. Like, would you just let it all go at that point? You'd just be like, let go of all your fears and shit. You'd be like, okay, I'm already fucked. So you know what? Fuck it all.
if I was if I was in a state anywhere, and
California
especially, because if I committed a crime there and I knew that I was actually that they were gonna throw the book at me and I was gonna be gone, my life was pretty much spent and gonna be spent in prison for the rest of my life. Then
all your fears would be gone. Everything, all your self securities and everything would be gone.
I would suggest everybody in California. Because I would become the biggest mass murderer in the world. There's nobody. I mean, I would probably make the Twin Towers look like an Easter present.
Oh, damn, that got dark.
I would just go around killing. I would just go around killing people for the fuck of it. Just I don't like you, bam.
So in other words,
like you look
once
really
that
bad.
door is open, it would be impossible for it to close.
Kill me.
Yeah, they would have to kill you. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I knew I was getting life consistencies, dude, in prison and there's no way of parole, dude, I would fucking do everything that I could do to get away with in prison. I'd be the worst motherfucker, dude. I'd be like, yo, hey, you gotta suck my dick for this fucking pack of cigarettes, right? Because all my self security and all my self worth would be gone. I'd be like, oh, I wouldn't even be like, I'm not gay. Shit, nigga, you better bend your ass over. It's been a month.
I wouldn't even make it to prison. I was I'd just be shooting. Yeah, it'd be like a big mass.
Long Slug says, get a list of all the SJWs and raise the IQ of the human race by a few points.
Paul, I'm from that part of California, not Napa Valley, but I grew up in Lodi. That is that's a big wine town. It's bad there too.
LA is actually another bad one.
Rajik says you would make Hitler look like a child having a temper tantrum.
Yes, I would. I'd have no reason not to. If I'm already gonna spend my life in prison or even possibly the death penalty, fuck it. Why stop with just the one person I wanted to kill?
Dude, if I was ever in prison for the rest of my life and I knew there was no chance of hell of me getting out behind those walls, you know what I would do? I would start the biggest fucking prison rave ever. And then I'd make sure that they killed everybody they could to escape. It would be the biggest fucking thing in history. That's what I would do. I would if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out with a bang. And I'm going to make sure that everybody gets to fucking experience my wrath. Oh, God, yes. I don't even care.
I'm going to make sure that I'm written in the fucking history books.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They will make movies for years about my fucking terror.
This is right. My existence will be known.
You know what's funny is I always did say I'd be a household name at least one of these days. Never said it would be in a good way, but you don't know my name.
If I can't be famous, I'm going to be infamous.
There you go.
And they'll call me Second Son. Oh! Yeah. Shek Attack says, I don't know what Brim looks like, but I'd still fuck him. Oh, thanks, bro. I'm not sure if I've been to Lodi. Yeah, Lodi is fucking sad. It's a sad town. Like, it really is.
That's the only second time I think I've ever heard of Lodi. Like, I used to work with the girl here in Oklahoma, whatever, and she moved back to Lodi.
There's a song, like a actual hit song, where the lyrics are "Oh no, stuck in Lodi again," and it's about that fucking Lodi. So go figure.
Bro, there's a reason why that fucking song exists. Brim tells Shanner to use food stamps to buy a PUBG. Oh, God, shut up.
He told me to go buy that PlayerUnknown Battleground game, and I said, I can't right now. I don't got the money. And he goes, stop being white and just go use food stamps. I'm like, okay.
But that's being white. No.
Well, like here, like speaking of food stamps, like when my daughter and my granddaughter came to live with us, since we applied for food stamps because we had, increased our family size quite a bit, and that we were going back to what needs to change is like this definitely needs to change because like the workers there called and did like an interview with me, and they're like, well, you don't qualify because you make too much money, but she's like, but here let's try to work out what we can do to see what we can to get you approved. Like, is there any way your wife could work less hours? Like, is there I'm like going, why are you like? Don't try to teach me how to work the system. Like, just tell me no, you can't help me.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to actually coach these people on what to do. Like,
if you take two more medications, then we can give you something for being crazy. So
yeah, tell your employer that see if you can only work like 30 hours instead of 39 hours a week. Why would you tell that? Like, why? Like that extra 9 hours is probably going to help them out even more.
I'm starting to think that those kind of people get like commission or some shit for getting people on aid.
It would seem like it, definitely. I mean, luckily we got approved for like WIC or whatever, but because shit, that's like for the baby's formula, it's like $250 a month.
Yeah.
So, in other words, Meme Chan, send it to me then, okay? And then you can stop bitching.
It's fucking insane. I mean, Chan, like, quit being tight with your money, and actually just send him a gift on Steam.
Yeah.
He's fucking Canadian, so it's like $60 there. It's $30 here.
There's no excuse.
Can't send me food stamps. Why? They're probably worth double in Canada.
Yeah, bitch.
Well, their minimum wage there is like $10, $11 an hour. Maybe even $14 an hour. So they're double pricing of their games. Don't let that fool you because they actually make almost double what we do down here in the United States.
I will never vacation to Canada unless I save up like twice the money of a regular vacation.
That's probably actually we win with their trade. We actually benefit more for their trade than they do us. Yeah, we actually gain something. Like we actually get a whole nother it's like twice. So like if it's like $1 for them, we trade in one of our dollars, we get $2.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So their country is like, but the thing is though, is like their country, like nobody wants to go visit it. Like you're only allowed a couple of places like to go to like in there's only a couple of tourist places like to go up in Canada. Like everybody was like, I don't know, the Gavin McGinnis, he's on YouTube, but he's from Canada or whatever like that, and he was like, they actually have laws like to where like to work in certain major metropolitan areas, like you have to speak fluent
in French. Yep.
French.
Yep.
English,
they even have laws, dude. They even have laws in Canada where like at the restaurant, if there's too much English being spoken in a restaurant or whatever, they can get fined and shit. Like I was like, what? Like.
Yeah, it's like
which
that, like,
dumb fucking idiot came up with that idea? Let's just make more money off of a fucking establishment because they're a majority speaking English. Like, fuck that.
Oh, hell yes, Sparewho. Meme Chan, you are now a snow Mexican. That is what I'm calling you from here on out, you fatty sausage finger snow Mexican.
So like like up there, like all the people down here, like talking about like, well, if Donald Trump gets elected, I'm going to Canada. Like, no, you're not. Like, you can't work there. You don't know French.
You better have taken that shit in high school and passed with flying colors.
And, like, if I would have known that shit, man, like back in high school, instead of taking Spanish, I would have taken French.
Right?
Dude, I'll call Reith more than a snow Mexican, and you know I will. We're still gonna run a train on his aunt, so he's got that coming too.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
No, this shit's not getting monetized.
No, I told you that I was listening to it in the car on the way back from McDonald's, and I had to listen to an ad. I was like, well, shit.
Well, yeah, but that's just like right now. Like once it actually gets posted, the ads are gonna be gone.
Nah.
Once it, like,
you know what though? Like honestly, bro, like I don't. Here's the thing. Like if I was to label it something derogatory, then yeah, that it would be like that. But I don't think they even really look into those videos like that because every single one of my videos, even the ones where we're talking about like raping one another, like those are still monetized till this day.
I think the reason why, because the way you title it, I think that
title and tag, title and tag.
Well, I think the titles and tag is what makes those people now, because now they actually have a police force.
Yeah.
To videos. And I think they basically look at the title and tags and then say, okay, do I need to look at this video or the thumbnail? And since like the thing just basically says the Game Talk podcast, and then episode, and then whoever the guest is, they're probably thinking, okay, well, they're just talking games, like, no big deal. But yeah, if they actually listen to this podcast, and
then they'd be like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull that. We're going to pull that ad because this was some weird shit and we are not paying you for this.
Yeah, we need to put you over on Twitch, not YouTube or Mixer.
Mixer.
What else is there? Oh, there's PlayStation this week.
Oh yeah, what happened?
Oh no, just a Capcom sale. Like it's they got some pretty cheap games. Like I can't tell like all the prices of the games because they just say purchased on there. Mm-hmm. But I know like Resident Evil 7, the deluxe edition's in there, and also the regular one. All the Resident Evils are basically almost every Capcom game that's on this in the store is in there on sale for pretty cheap.
Yeah,
looks like 55% for the most part, which is pretty good, pretty decent pricing.
Yeah.
But if you have a PlayStation 4 and if you have not played any of the Telltale games, now is like your chance, because you can get Game of Thrones, Tales from the Borderlands, The Wolf Among Us, The Walking Dead Season 1 and 2 for $32.99.
That's not bad.
Damn.
No, it's regularly $110.
Not bad at all.
I get up and use the bathroom and come back to fuck the police. What do we go gangster in here in like 2 seconds or what?
No, the YouTube police.
Oh.
Fuck
and
the police.
Far Cry 4 and Far Cry Primal, $35 together.
I got those good games. Except, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't touched Primal yet, and I'm going to. I feel like I really want to play that game, but at the same time, I'm like, do I really though? Do I?
And you're going through the exact same thing I'm going through, because like I played it a little bit on PC before I jumped back over to PlayStation, and then I went ahead and bought it on PlayStation because I was playing it there, and then like other things got in the way, and I just I kept started playing other games, and I'm like. Game, but then I'm like, but do I really like then I end up playing another game, but I really want to play it. I mean I've heard this actually, from what I played on the PC, it was actually a lot of fun, but I've heard a lot of people say like the whole thing is actually a really good game. So I actually want to go in and try it out and see what it's like. Try to play the whole thing through. Far Cry 4 was actually really good to me.
Yeah, I haven't beaten all the way through 4 yet, but I have played quite a bit of it, and so far, my favorite villain. He is amazing.
Yeah, the villain's fucking awesome.
He is like, seriously, if I was gay, oh yeah. I would rail him.
You're like, that is one tasty piece of man meat.
But I don't suck the dick. But when it comes to that guy, if I were drunk and we were by ourselves and there was no cameras rolling, you never know what might happen.
What do we think about owning our consoles? I never rented mine, so
Yeah, I've never.
Same.
There's a no. Wait. There's a thing that came out on the no. A company, Lexmark makes printers.
uh,
Well, they also make printer ink. Well, the way to fill their printer ink, you could either go buy a new cartridge or sign up for like their subscription service, basically where you get done with the cartridge, you mail it back into them, and then they mail you a new one.
That's kind of cool.
That was like Lexmark's way of doing it. Well, another company came in and was like, well, we'll buy your old cartridges that these people aren't using, send them to us, we'll doctor them up and actually re-engineer them, and then send them back to you full. And you don't have to pay. For cheaper than what Lexmark is charging you. And so Lexmark took them to court, and they were like, "No, we're not," because the people actually own these fucking cartridges, so that you can't tell them what to do with it. And so I guess Lexmark initially won the court case. Well, the other company actually took it all the way up to the fucking Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court ruled today, I think it was today, like 8-1 or 7-1. Because there's not able to vote yet, but 7-1, I think, in favor of the other company, not Lexmark.
What?
Saying that whenever, obviously what everybody knows is that whenever people buy your patent ends when the purchaser, they have a right to resell it and do whatever they want to with this thing, modify it however they want to. So the no did a video on it, basically saying, "Do you own your console?" And didn't own your console prior to this ruling, because modifying, like if you wanted to modify your console at home, not the firmware on it, the actual console itself, the actual box.
Okay.
That actually broke the terms of service and everything else with the company. But now, with this ruling, now you actually can mod your own fucking console, get it fixed wherever you want to get it fixed at. You can do all this shit to it because it's yours.
Oh wait, we could do that now?
A ruling.
So that's a thing. So that's an actual thing. We can actually do that now.
Obviously it hasn't been challenged. With the consoles, it hasn't been challenged in court. But from this ruling, the way they ruled it and left it open is that once you purchase something, there's no more the company owns no patent rights to it, anything like that. You can modify it however you want to. You can do whatever the fuck you want to with it.
Does that include games? So Nintendo can suck a dick?
No?
They have not. But they said that this act. People weighed in on it, saying that this actually is one step closer to actually counting digital games as well.
Woohoo! Yes, do it.
So we're getting very close to actually like signifying digital games.
Then we can all tell Nintendo to go fuck yourselves in the ass with a rubber hose.
And Microsoft and Sony too, because
with a rubber hose.
I actually learned today that any of those physical discs that you own, you don't actually own the game.
Yeah, that's something that people have been trying to say for a while. Yeah, they say you don't really own it. Yeah. But if this goes through,
own the disc, yes. This already went through, but we haven't got the. Obviously, it hasn't been like the game area.
The game area hasn't been challenged yet, but I think it
hasn't been applied to anything else yet, right?
Yeah. So once that actually starts setting some sort of precedent, maybe we can get somewhere with it. But I didn't realize that. I didn't ever put it in that context, because I was always like, well, fuck, I got the disc. I can play anytime I want to, but you only own the actual CD. That's a license on the CD.
Oh, well, whatever. The CD's yours, so there you go.
But they can revoke the software license, and the only thing you would have is just basically a blank CD. As of right now, the law is in their favor too. Obviously, I think that would be a very negative press on them, but technically they can do that by the law. So we need to get to where all digital content and all content that you buy, no matter what, digital or physical, is yours entirely.
Yeah.
And that would actually open the door up to emulation as well. Somebody said today, like, I guess somebody, some court case today, Bleem versus Sony.
Mm-hmm.
They made I guess a PS2 emulator, and it was actually a company called Bleem. They actually just made a bunch of different called emulators. It was an emulation company. Well, they actually Sony took them to court because they used a screenshot for their game on the emulation and for the emulation practice. Well, the only thing I could ever actually find while this guy was talking to me is his name is Mutant X or Rockman X103 on Twitter. The only thing I could ever actually find online was that the company won the case against Sony for the right to use the screenshot as fair use. But I can never find out any ruling on the emulation side of it. And so he sent me an actual California Computer Entertainment versus Bleem LLC et al. And the California Northern District, and I'm gonna have to read through it to see. But he said that they actually won the emulation case as well. The only reason they went away is because they spent so much money fighting Sony. So Sony basically won anyway because they got rid of the company. But they actually won by law the court case, and so I still go back to my whole thing is. I don't think that anybody's ever really said that emulation is illegal. It's the means in which
it's distribution. You cannot distribute. You cannot redistribute a company's software on their behalf.
Like I can if I want to take my PS4 games and play them on my PC, technically by law I can, because I can if I have the emulator on my PC, which that's not against the law.
Right.
But if I have my emulator, then I wanted to actually rip the software off the Sony disk and put it onto my PC. I can, because I'm not distributing it. I'm using it for my own personal use.
Yep.
And you actually have a right to make like a digital backup of your physical media.
Yep.
But that's where the gray area is, because all those sites that go out with emulation, all the people playing them, their own version of their game. Like they're going to like, piratebay.com and shit like that and pulling off distributing the actual software. So that's where the piracy gets in. That's where the illegal stuff gets in. But I think it's so hard to go after those sites, because as soon as you shut down Pirate Bay, 100 Pirate Bays pop up. And you shut down those 100 and 1,000 pop up.
They're like cockroaches, man. You can't kill them.
These companies go after the emulator. The companies that do the emulation, it's not so much that the emulation's illegal, but if they can get rid of the actual thing running the game, then they can get rid of these pirate companies.
Yeah.
At least for the console side of it. The PC games are kind of a little bit harder because of the fact that
there's so many different file types so you can send them in. Yeah.
You're emulating and everything all on one machine. Emulating and ripping the game and everything all on one machine. So. Like where an emulator, you can I could put an emulator onto my PS4, but with the PC, like you're just getting everything on one, and you're not really emulating the game. You're actually just downloading the fucking game. But I think that's the reason why people conflate emulation as being illegal and the ROM actually being. But the ROM is what's illegal, and it's only illegal if you aren't using your own. Prove if it's your copy or not. There's just a bunch of gray area, which I really would not want to go to court with that, or I would never want to see a company, whether it be Sony, Microsoft, any of these developers, or actually even a person, go to court, try to fight their side for that, because the ruling on it, whether it be in favor or not in favor, could be detrimental. It could have a lot of detrimental effects, because that ruling would then serve as precedent over future cases. And it's just, with that being such a gray area, it can be interpreted in so many different ways, and you just never know how the judge is going to, or the Supreme Court would actually rule on that. So people to court on that. I think there's a reason why you don't see a lot of software companies taking these people to court is because it's so much of a gray area. You just never know what the outcome's going to be.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be more concrete stuff because it could be messed up even worse than it is now.
You went to court, yeah. You
Yeah.
just never know what that ruling is going to end up being, and it could end up fucking like digital media for the longest time. It's just such an area that I would rather stay away from.
Mhm.
Now I have no problem with people that emulate or pirate games. Or I mean, I
look at it this way. I don't care if someone pirates a game as long as they aren't trying to fucking make a dime off of it. That's why some of those emulation sites have been taken down, was because they were making money off of these. Some of these sites were actually making money, and that's a huge no-no. Like, they were okay until they were starting to distribute for cash. So that's when they decided. That's when they they crossed over into the wrong area, and they've been taken down. That's why, like, it's a super gray area when they're collecting money from advertising of the site itself. So, like, you can almost draw that line directly and be like, yeah, you are profiting off because of those ROMs. So it's like, it's rough. It's a hard thing to fight.
It's a very dangerous thing it could set a very dangerous precedent both ways.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to like even go further with you on that, because I just have a very strong stance with theft. And if you are like pirating a game, now I mean, obviously there's some people I know that like pirate it if they like it. It's not like they play the whole game on the pirate version.
Mm-hmm.
They play a portion and then they either like it and go buy it, or they don't like it and they delete it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, or it runs good or whatever. They're pirating it to see if it runs good and stuff. But if you're pirating games for it, I find that like it's, to me, that's disgusting. It's no different than you walking into my house and taking a game out of my house that I paid for. Just theft to me.
Yeah.
I just, you're, in effect, I mean, you're taking money away from the developers, pirating for your own personal gain, whether, it's basically for your financial gain. So that way you don't have to spend the $60 or $30 or whatever it is for the game. So that's what I guess that's where my morals draw the line there. The people, I think, even maybe it might, I don't want to say his name because I'm not sure if he does it, if I remembered him being the one. But there's a few people I talked to on Twitter that that pirate for the simple fact of like wondering if it's actually going to be a well enough optimized game. They go buy it, and then if it isn't,
I've heard of people doing that. A lot of PC gamers do that because they don't want to sit there and throw in $60 fucking dollars on a pre-order, and then to turn around, oh, that's a shitty port, by the way. Because
if the PC gamers were actually getting every game that comes out copy built for the PC, and then the consoles were getting their own game built for them, then I think that type of mentality I think would be wrong. But since the way they do it now is most of these games actually get developed for the console and then ported over to PC, good and bad, whatever comes over just comes over, and then they'll fix it later. So to me, I definitely understand that type of mentality to where they want to try it to see if it actually fucking even works right.
Yep.
So they don't end up with another Batman Arkham Knight situation.
Yeah.
That wasn't just PC though. I bought that game 3 times on fucking console, so I don't even want to.
Come on, Brad.
You had problems on the console version?
Oh yeah.
I bought it for the PlayStation 4 because it's Batman and I had PlayStation 4 and still do. Then I bought it for Xbox One digital and it was a $99 version. And so it came with everything. And then just one day, they took away my license to play it. And I was like, excuse me? I still had all the... Yep, on Xbox. And so I talked to them, and they're like, well, we'll cut you a deal on the game. And there was really nothing they could do. So it had been on sale at my Walmart for like a week, so I went and bought it physically.
They never give it back to you?
No.
Oh, I'd be like traveling down to Rich or whatever the fuck that. We'd be having some words.
Well, no, I take that back. Eventually they did because I don't
That
have
might-
the physical copy anymore, and I can still play it.
Okay, so because that might be the start of my murder spree.
But they damn sure didn't give it back to me while I was still fucking playing it.
That's a dangerous thing. I've never had any problems with digital media, which I hope I never do, because shit, I'd be livid. So you didn't actually have any problems with the way the game ran
No,
on console, just that problem like that. Okay, so but I mean, like the PC version, like was like just terrible. Like the port was.
Oh yeah, that's why I still haven't bought it on PC because I don't
But it
even
works
think
great
it's worth
now
the.
though on PC.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean it's great. I mean, I actually played it on PC a little bit before I switched back over to PlayStation, and I was running 4K, close to 60 off of my 980 Ti.
Well, damn, I might have to give that a try then.
It looks amazing on fucking PC. So I hear the next Batman game is going to be exclusive to PlayStation.
No, nope. That's not even a joke, Rambo. It's not
Marvel and Marvel and DC are like teaming up with PlayStation.
Be right back and go measure my dick.
even a joke.
You don't play the PlayStation. Obviously, the PlayStation is not even in around you because it's with your son.
Yeah.
Question though, now would you go out and buy another PlayStation if the next Batman game was exclusive to PlayStation?
I'm still kicking myself in the ass for not doing it with the whole Batman Arkham VR thing. So yeah, I think that would push me off the cliff there. I just go do it. Or I'd show my son $100 bill and say, "Here, does this look neat?"
Like you don't need that console anymore. You need $100.
You can get any console of the past with this one, son.
Be like that I mean, there's certain games that would definitely make me buy if a game like say came out and it was exclusive to Scorpio, it would definitely make me. It was like a Tomb Raider, like the next Tomb Raider. If it came out, it was exclusive to Scorpio. Like fuck, I got to buy Scorpio. Because like I have to play the Tomb Raider games. Like so much like I mean, I love Batman. Batman's like one of my favorite superheroes. But I'm not. I don't think I don't know. Well, I probably would. Because I mean, just for the simple fact that I mean, it's Batman. Usually, those games are pretty damn. That's one of the superheroes that they've actually learned how to right and actually do it right.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm thinking that Insomniac, the way these little tidbits are coming out about Spider-Man, I think they've actually might have found a way to actually make a good Spider-Man game.
I'm not gonna lie, the Spider-Man for PS4, that exclusive one, that's already kind of edging me out the door. I mean, not to get rid of my Xbox or stop playing it, but just to like borrow my son's PS4 at least to play that Spider-Man game.
That one actually looks like is going to be a decent Spider-Man game. And it's been a while since we've actually had a decent Spider-Man game.
Oh, did you guys see Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite or whatever? The roster was leaked and Deadpool's not on it.
No, I didn't. And there was actually no mutants on it either. I noticed that. I mean, I saw people tweeting about there's no mutants on the Marvel side.
Well, you wouldn't consider Spider-Man a mutant, would you?
No, like they were like X-Men, basically.
Oh, okay. Hawkeye's an X-Men, right?
I think Hawkeye's actually by himself. I'm not.
The
core. He's not one of the core X-Men.
There's no mutants. Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy's on there.
Oh Lord.
I don't.
See, I'm not. The Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh yeah, gonna buy it. Totally gonna buy it.
Deadpool's not in the new one.
Deadpool's not
you
in
know
it.
that, right?
That's fine. We got Groot.
Is it what y'all? So you like Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes, I do. I love
Oh,
it.
Guardians of the Galaxy is great. I don't see what Groot's gonna do in the video game.
No, but I mean, like I see Guardians of the Galaxy being like a good side Marvel universe type thing. You know, like a good comedy superhero type thing. It's a good. They're good movies by themselves. But like now, I think they're working on it to where they're bringing
You know they're part of the Infinite Stone.
the Avengers.
Yeah, that's all part of the
And-
Infinity Stone series.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're bringing like the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy together.
Oh, Infinity War or whatever.
To me, I like.
That's the way it's supposed to be, though.
Yeah, but like, fuck the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're like the redheaded stepchildren, like of the superheroes. They're like,
No, they're not. Are you high?
yeah, that's like, it's like what I mean. Come on, it's like they're like the comedy version, like to make light of the super. Like they're not really superheroes.
Are you high?
Dude, Drax is like super strong.
Yeah, but we we already got that with Captain America.
Iron Man's comedic. He makes light of situations.
He does, but I mean, it's a serious. I mean, there's like a. If you look at any of the Marvel movies, like the Avenger movies, there's like a, even though they got comedy in them, obviously, to it. Like the tone, you can feel like the tension and like all the the build up. But you go watch the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and you're just like, you're laughing through it. You're like, you don't feel that tension. You just watch this.
Spider-Man's the same thing though, dude.
It really is to me. Yeah, like Spider-Man, but I mean he's. It's not as bad as like Guardians of the Galaxy as far as like the level of like relaxedness. Like to me, Guardians of the Galaxy is a good movie to go watch. So you just want to relax and watch a good movie. Not really, but like if you go watch the Avengers, like you're like, oh man, what's gonna happen next? Like you're like really into it. Like you're really, I can't get into the Guardians of the Galaxy like I can the Avengers, and to bring them together. It's like I'm just like hoping that the Avengers ends up killing the Guardians of the Galaxy. So they just get pissed off at their fucking stupidness and just kill them.
I can tell you one thing. Drax is gonna be good in that one, Brim.
Yeah. Well, like I'm just trying to figure out because like the first Elder that's ever spotted is in Guardians of the Galaxy. He is or whatever they call him. It's not an Elder. What the fuck? He's like a creator. He's for those of you that haven't watched. I don't want to ruin it for you, but he plays daddy to one of our protagonists. But anyways, he's one of like 7, I think, in the Marvel Universe, and it's the first time that anyone's ever made an appearance out of all of them. He is the first one in Guardians of the Galaxy, the sequel. So like the universes and stuff, like some of the most powerful mutations have come out of Guardians. There's a lot of different side things that they haven't brought to front yet. But I know Adam Warlock's going to be becoming a thing, which I was fucking hyped when I saw. I was like, oh my god!
But why did they make it? Why did they make the Guardians of the Galaxy movies like such a lighthearted movie? Like, why didn't they make it with the same type of comedic relief with it?
Because they have a lot of banter in their team back and forth. It's the same thing with Avengers. You see fucking Captain America and Iron Man going back and forth with their one-liners, or Stark going against was it Banner? Like they have that kind of thing going on their team too. There's always that kind of one-on-one bantering back and forth that's funny. Like even with what's his face that got in with Ant-Man when he got inside of his suit. Like they actually.
Yes, I don't like Ant-Man at all.
Really? I thought Ant-Man was cool.
Yeah. I hate the fucking actor that plays Ant-Man. I think he sucks.
Paul Rudd?
Actor. Paul Rudd, yeah, I can't stand him.
Damn, man, you're racist.
Wait for the Justice League. You'll see that same banter shit.
Oh yeah.
See, I'm kind of nervous about that too because I love their separate movies and I like the Avengers together. Like they're cool. But see, like their banter isn't like almost like constant. Like it's in Guardians of the Galaxy and possibly even later on with the Justice League. And so like it's just like consistently. There's consistently funny banter back and forth. It's almost like a comedy superhero movie, whereas like to me is more like a superhero movie with comedy.
I enjoy the shit out of both.
I'm gonna have to.
Guardians of the
I'm gonna have to.
Galaxy,
See, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
do
I'm gonna watch it to see how they do because I mean, the people who do the Marvel movies do a pretty damn good job. So I definitely want to see how they bring it together and to see if I mean maybe they can bring it together in a way that works.
Dude, I'm
I mean,
already waiting for Stark and fucking fucking what Star-Lord fucking go back and forth. It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Like that shit is gonna.
The,
I can already tell they're gonna fucking hit it off.
the Spider-Man movie with the new Spider-Man movie with
Oh, with the kid, yeah, the way it
and
was
then
supposed to be in the beginning.
with
Yeah.
having Stark in there and like him. I wasn't trying to give you a hug. I was opening the door for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Michael Keaton makes the crossover too from different universes in that movie.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Batman for 2 films, and he's playing a villain in the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's good to see Michael Keaton actually back in the big screen though. He's been away for a while. I actually liked him as like one of the best Batmans.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you seen Michael Keaton? Is it Michael Keaton? No, it's not. Never mind. It's not Michael Keaton. Never mind. I'm thinking of somebody completely different. But either way, it is going to be good to see him back as something in a role at least. I want to see how he does though. What you think of? Hey, what'd you think of Suicide Squad? Did you ever watch it?
I did, and I'm not a comic person, so I never look at those.
Oh, they fucked it up
movies.
as far as story. If you're tradition,
Yeah.
like if people are traditionalists when it comes to Suicide Squad, they're gonna hate the movie. I'm just gonna say that right now. They're gonna fucking hate it.
So I know nothing about the comics section. So I mean, like to me, I go into these movies just as a movie.
Yeah.
Then you should like it.
And I thought it was actually okay. I mean, I don't see the complaints people were having. It seemed like a pretty good movie to me.
It's because people are traditionalists. That's why you don't see what we've read.
The fans, DC fans and Marvel fans, like they're like diehard. They're almost like worse than Xbox and PlayStation
Fucking
fans.
crybabies, yeah.
Bro.
Like
but here's the thing. Like there's a reason for that though. When you get into the comic books as hardcore as a lot of us did back when we were growing up, like there are certain levels of you would hope levels of the stories that would be retained in the renditions of the films. Like it's Hollywood, so it's gonna be fucked up. So I mean, but there are just some movies that they've been doing that it's like not even just movies but shows that they just fucking butchered the fucking shit out of the storyline. So when the comic guys come in and they see that, they're like, this is a fucking travesty, because there's a lot of good plot points in a lot of the comic books that they leave out intentionally in the fucking movies. And I could see, like, I get annoyed and I do get pissed, but I don't get to the point where I'm gonna punch some motherfucker. I'll be there. I'm not like that crazy hardcore. But I mean, if they could at least retain some of the originality in the story itself, I'm not gonna bitch. If there's some of it that's somewhat true to the story, then you know what? I'll be happy.
The Marvel and Capcom people, the comic book people, they remind me of, or not Capcom. I was looking at the Capcom cell. The Marvel and DC people, but the comic book people, those people, they remind me of like going to like my wife. She'll read books or whatever, and then we'll go watch the movie. When they finally turn it into a movie, and my wife now doesn't do it much, but my girlfriend, like one of my girlfriends before her, she was like a really heavy reader. Like she was constantly reading.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd go watch a movie, and the whole fucking time that like we're watching the movie, she's like, looks at like, it's like, fucking shut up. Like, why the fuck are we even here? Like, you shouldn't even have came. Like you already know that the movie's gonna be different than the book. But I'm like, we don't need the movie to to tell me what color the person's eyes were. Like I can see that for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, I guess that's where I'm different. At one point of my adult life, I had boxes of comics coming to my front door every month. And I'm well aware that they leave out plots and stuff from the books to the movies too. But I never got upset about it. I was just excited to see some of my favorite characters brought to life into a movie.
Thank you. Like that to me would just be like enough. But I mean, these people like they. Well, in the comic it said this and it did that. Like, who gives a shit? Like, just enjoy the
Yeah,
movie for what it was. Like,
it was
don't.
just pleasurable to not see them as a still image anymore.
Yeah,
That's
like
all.
like quit worrying so much about like the movie doesn't have to like the. It's not like the comic book was your script. The comic book was the inspiration. You know, like that. Like, well, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good. People are like latching on to this. You know, people like this, so let's make a movie about it. And you know, we don't have to like. That's not like the script. You know, where they have to like stick to that. You know, narrative like from front to back. Like that's just an inspiration. Like you just to make a movie and just enjoy the movie for what it is. It's a different. To me, like they have a hard time separating the universe between comic book and movie. Like to me, like they're two separate things.
But a lot of it has to do with like the DBZ effect. That's what they call it. If you remember when Dragon Ball came out in motion picture, and it was actually by the person that created the original DBZ stuff. Like he made that shit movie like that on purpose, and he pissed off his entire fan base. It's like that because a lot of the influencers that have helped create these worlds, and they spent time drawing these characters, and they see them, they put them into the film, and they've had some minor influences into it. That's why the fans get kind of upset, because the fans, you gotta understand, man, like some of these comics, like especially the comic book community, that's all they got, dude. Like a lot of them, like it's just like gamers. Like a lot of the stuff that we do now that's for fun, this is all we have. This isn't a lot of stuff. It's not a lot, but it's what makes them happy. So when they see their renditions of their favorite characters being brought up to life, yeah, it's exciting at the first, and then they see that they fucked up the story. And when somebody, and that's another thing, Rambo, is when you said like it's supposed to be a completely different thing. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be an inspiration. A lot of times these guys do go into that, but when they draw that inspiration and they still include canon stuff, that's where the lines are kind of drawn, and it sort of like convolutes everything. So it's either going to be, it's about the story arc, or it's not. It can't be both. You know what I mean? And that's how it is for a lot of people.
I look at it as like it can be both, because I mean, it's like maybe like they and like maybe like the people that made the movie thought, well, this battle right here was actually a really good battle, so we're going to include this in there. But I like the rest of the story, I really didn't get into. I didn't really like the way they took the character, so we're going to take the character in a different way. Like to me, that's okay. Like I can look at that separately. I mean, obviously, I'm not a comic book, a devoted comic book person.
Right. So he's not a nerd.
I mean, I'm speaking
nerd.
From like an opposite viewpoint there of the people that actually are affected. But that's just my thought. I mean, to me, like if I watched, like say if I watched I've not missed a single episode of NCIS since it actually started.
Damn, man, that's dedication.
Yeah. So if they took that and like turned it into a movie, 1 part, 2 part, 3, and like NCIS the movie or whatever, and they didn't stick with the storyline, I mean, it wouldn't. It's not like I would be like, oh, that's just completely different. Like that didn't happen in the TV show. Well, no, like, it'd be like, okay, well, that's just a movie. I'm looking at him on the big screen rather than my little big screen at home. So the people that read, I think readers like really get into the art form of read the writing. So I think that might be where the difference is. I'm just not big of a reader. The way I look at it is that if the book's worth reading, they'll make a movie out of. I can watch a movie in 2 hours or read a book in a week. So which one am I going to pick? Man, I'm going to pick the 2 hours because my time is precious. So if they haven't made a movie out of the book, it ain't worth my time reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys. Oh,
I'll read for knowledge, but I'm not like these like reading about 50 Shades Grayer and all that kind of shit. That's not building your knowledge for shit.
I've told my wife forever, because just like your wife, she loves to read. Doesn't matter if it's on her phone, a tablet, a book, doesn't matter. She loves to read. And I've only ever read comic books, graphic novels about comic book characters, or something that teaches me how to do something. I don't see the point in Huckleberry Finn or fucking Romeo and Juliet. To me, I get nothing from that.
Yeah,
So
I'm 100% there. I don't understand that shit at all. Why spend your time reading that shit? And if it is actually worth reading and spending that long reading it, and then you can get it all that fucking week's worth of reading and bullshit that you just did in 2 hours, we'll be done.
but I think it's because of these diehard comic book fans, or I don't know. I guess you'd probably call them elitists or something. That with the games, if you guys notice, especially with Arkham Knight, they ended up right before the game came out, like printing their own comic series for the game. So it's like, okay, fuckers, say now that it's not in the comic. I mean, I have the first edition.
Well, that's
and
actually pretty smart of them to
yeah,
like cover their ass on that. Because when I played the Arkham series, I was like, I don't remember this being in any of the movies or in any of the. Obviously, I mean, I'd never heard of anybody talking about him being part of the comics, and like the way the stories unfolded on obviously in the games.
I
It's actually
believe they
interesting to
did
hear
it
that
with
they.
Injustice 2 as well.
It's actually interesting that they actually turned around and so that way they can. Does the comic actually mirror the game?
The first issue that I have is the only one that I have, and that goes up to, I'd say, maybe 45 minutes worth of gameplay, but so far it nails it pretty good.
That's actually That's actually very interesting though. Because like they made the game, and then they wrote the comic to fit the game.
Yeah.
They go pretty much like you said, like a story goes on with the storyline. But now that they actually have wrote the comic, they can't make the movie to fit the comic.
Yeah, and I mean,
Kind of
and
like
when it,
a double standard type thing.
yeah, and when it came to Arkham Knight, I built my own collector's edition. I believe I did a video on it somewhere, but I didn't like the collector's edition that they offered, so I went and bought like I said, the $99 edition of the game that came with all the digital stuff, the hardback player's guide. I re-upped on my Dark Knight DVD collection. Like they came out with a new special edition about the time the game was coming out. I got that. I got the pop figures, the remote control batarang that he has in the games. GameStop was selling that. I got that, and that comic book. So, I mean, I got a lot when it came to the game.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't actually go after the PlayStation 4.
I did. I could not find one. So instead, I ended up getting a Last of Us bundle around that time.
What was actually really good for me though, because I wanted that damn bundle so bad. I actually ended up have turned around and like sold that console because like the hard drive that came in that one was a 0.7 millimeter disc hard drive instead of a 0.9.
Oh shit.
So it made like whenever you ordered the laptop disc, like it made it a little bit more difficult you couldn't use your typical laptop drive. You actually had to go find the smaller laptop drive. And so I didn't know that whenever I bought it. So I'm done with it. I'm selling it and moving on. But it was actually funny because that was right around the time that my kids decided I actually had the physical. That's actually right the exact same time that I decided to sell my physical collection for my Xbox One and my PS4 that I had. Remember, I bought every game worldwide until that point, so the Batman game.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Best Buy and sold them all, and I actually had enough to buy my daughter my daughter's an Xbox One because at the time that's what they wanted. PS4, but I actually bought that Batman PS4, new Batman controller, the Batman Collector's Edition because now I actually have that Batman statue where he's standing on top of the city with the light and everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
All of our games like on our PlayStation and our Xboxes, because I think with that collection I think I ended up making close to like $6,000.
Shit.
It was the people at Best Buy were just like, because like I can't, because I mean when you can imagine like walking in there with every PlayStation game and every Xbox game and having them have to scan it because they don't get to do like what GameStop does. Like GameStop gets to like scan it, put it back on the counter, and then slap a sticker on it and move on to like put it on the shelf. They actually have to in, they have to sit down, and then the printer prints out a stack of paper, like a piece of paper for every trade. Then they got to go through every trade in and actually take that piece of paper that came out with it, stick it into the thing, and then stick it into a bag, and then send that off to and then come back into a store around the country. So they had it like their whole back counter and their whole floor, and they had like a bunch of sales associates over doing my Xbox One games and my PS4 games. So like they were there for hours. It was terrible, but I mean it was fun to me because I got to buy a lot of shit. But there was actually people there that actually had pre-ordered the PlayStation console, the Batman console, and it was sitting back there on the shelf, and I was like, are those things for sale? And they were like, they looked it up. They're like, well, there was one that I guess they finally found it, like going through there scanning all the different ones that they had back there, and they found one that was the person had actually called and canceled that Batman console. I was like, sweet. That was a very hard console to come across.
Yeah, that's right when I bought my PS4, and it was because I wanted that Batman one that bad.
As if you didn't have the Batman one, but now that you explained why you don't have one, I can understand because they were hard to find.
Oh, and I also got the posable. What are they? They're almost a foot tall. The Batman and Scarecrow statues. So, I mean, I think altogether with all 3 purchases of the game, because I bought the $99 version twice, once for the PS4 and once for the Xbox One. That game altogether probably cost me about $700 with all the collectibles I got for it. Yeah, I mean that's Batman to me is no joke.
Apparently not, because I mean I spent a lot on it because I bought the $99 version on the Xbox, and then Batman, the physical copy of the season pass and all that crap. And then whenever I traded all that crap in, that's whenever I got the console, and it came with the game as well. Like it had the collector's edition for the Batman statue and stuff. Not the one that actually had the Batmobile in it that canceled on people, but the one right below it that actually came with the statue.
Yeah,
I wanted that damn Batmobile.
Shit, Brim knows. Like the first week I got here, he brought us some housewarming stuff, and he didn't even fuck around. He got me this Batman plaque, and it's not just any issue of the comic on the plaque. It's #1. And it's right above my desk, so he knows I don't fuck around. I mean,
oh yeah,
I love Batman, man.
He's
if
also,
something Batman comes out, it's almost like I have to have it.
I got him a vinyl Dorbs, you know, those little Dorbs things are from Funko or whatever that do the pop figures or whatever. They had a Dorbs Batmobile on sale, and I was like, oh fuck, he's gonna love this. I just picked it up. I was like, hell yeah, dude. Like I know my dude loves his fucking Batman. He loves Batman more than I do. I think Batman's the beast. I'm more of a Marvel guy. I hate the
Batman versus Superman fight though, because I find it so far fetched that Batman can beat Superman.
You know why you find it so far fetched? Because you probably haven't read anything Superman.
I think Batman or Superman.
If you
like
read,
I said,
I've
only watched Batman and Superman.
You've only watched it, right? So if you ever read the Superman stuff, he is the biggest fucking pussy on the planet. All right,
he's too much of a good guy.
Because he won't kill nobody.
Well, no, it's not just that. This motherfucker finds the most opportune times to be affected by kryptonite from like 30 feet, and then there's other times in the comic books where it's like 6 feet away and he's not affected. So it's like it is so inconsistent. It's so retarded.
I get that, but they've always the people that read the comics, they're always telling me, well, it's because Batman plans out and he knows his enemy. He knows everything about him. He's like a very meticulous fighter.
He's very strategic, yeah.
Yes, but I'm like going, but I mean, you're talking about Superman. Like this motherfucker could just he might be Batman might be strategizing and shit. Superman could just fly in at any moment's notice, like when this motherfucker's like going to work and trying to pretend like he's Bruce Wayne and just beat the shit out of him. Just punch him once and knock this.
He could, but he won't because he's a pussy.
It's too far-fetched. It's just too far fetched.
Dude, like, honestly, if I was
He's not a
Superman,
pussy.
he is a pussy.
No, you're stigmatizing good guys.
No,
He is
I'm
a
not.
good guy.
Dude, Rambo, come on, man. You and I know for a fact that if you had those superpowers and Batman had beef with you, you'd be on that shit, right? Like,
I'd be like,
yeah.
Batman would be no more. Like,
okay,
I
thank
don't
you.
even know
That's
what the fuck
my
happened to
point.
Batman.
That's my point. This motherfucker, like I said, is extremely inconsistent with the way that things affect him. Like, I've seen comic books where the kryptonite wasn't held, but maybe a foot away from him, and he was fine. But, like, Lois is about to get killed 30 feet away. Here comes kryptonite. Oh, no, I can't move. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Jesus Christ. Like, really?
He's not joking. There are books where as long as his hand is not on the kryptonite, he's good.
Yeah.
But
I've seen that too, and even in the movies, like sometimes, like just the distance sometimes is like really weird. It's like it's not consistent.
Exactly. And that's my and that's my problem. And that's what would happen with Batman, because Batman's already busted out the fucking kryptonite shit. So he's already, like, armed to the hilt with kryptonite.
Well, he is. I mean, he is. But I mean, at the like, that works as if we're gonna meet on the park at 2:00 Thursday.
See, like,
Maybe have a chance.
I think this is where you and I would be really bad Superman, because knowing you, knowing me, that motherfucker would have been dead in his sleep.
Yeah, like whenever he's driving down the road and like going to work, I would fly down. Even if I was against killing people, I would like maybe fly over to NASA and get a shit ton of fucking oxygen tanks and a suit, and go put that shit, like pick his car up, throw all the shit inside of his car, and just fly him up to fucking Jupiter and saying, "There, yeah, but you're gone. Like you're no, like we're you're done. Here's enough oxygen. You live your life out. Have fun.
Yep.
Have fun with Jupiter. But I'm going back to Earth. I might not kill him, but he sure as fuck wouldn't be on the Earth anymore.
Right, yeah. And like, Superman's in a position right now, dude. Like in his stories, like that motherfucker could kill every villain known to man, and the world could be safe. But no, kryptonite from over a yard away can fucking kill him or bring him to his knees.
And it's like a little bitty pebble of it too.
Yes, and that's what drives me insane. It's like this little tiny pebble.
Though, because like the writers are the ones that like aren't consistent with their thing. Like they need to make it to where even if it's a tiny pebble or a big ass rock or whatever it takes, at least make it to where if it's 30 feet one time, it's 30 feet every time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then we could actually start maybe believing a little bit more into the Superman thing. But I mean, I like Superman. I just don't like the way that they write his nemesis thing.
I'm not gonna lie. So in the Superman stuff, I love the villains. The villains to me are the stars of what makes Superman Superman.
Oh, definitely.
I fucking love the villains more than anything.
Just hate how
I hate Superman. I can't stand that fucking pansy
I hate
bitch.
how the fights always end with just kryptonite. I mean, obviously, it's just like it's so predictable. Like his movies are so predictable because like whenever he fights him, there's definitely going to be a kryptonite, in there. It's like why, like at least make one movie like where they fight without kryptonite.
I mean, watch if anything, if there's any good representation that you could watch and get into that represents my absolute hatred towards Superman and why I like villains so much, watch Smallville.
Oh, I've watched Smallville. Oh God.
The villains there are 10 times more entertaining than Clark Kent ever could be. I cannot stand Clark
Kent. That kid that plays Clark Kent, that is fucking that's terrible. That's like terrible acting, man.
Like that, and that's where they introduced the Suicide Squad too.
Yeah, and the guy that plays Luthor.
He been a good Luthor, I thought.
Fucking great guy.
Yeah, great Luthor.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But man, the guy that played Clark Kent was like, they picked the fucking pussiest kid at the damn high school.
Yep. And
turned him into fucking a superhero, and I'm like, no, come on, like Superman's supposed to like make somebody look like fucking Superman, like a big motherfucker.
His what is it? It's not Clark Kent. His real name, what was it? What's his real name? It's something else. Kal-El, right? And in his personality as Kal-El, he is a beast. I loved it. He acted like an asshole. He was like,
he was like a god.
I could fucking kill you the way you stand. He was uncensored.
He's a god. Yeah, he acted
loved
like
it.
a fucking god.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought that was great. I was like, yes, finally, they made this pussy-ass character an asshole. I love it. And then it was like, oh, well, I'm back to being a good guy again. I was like, fuck my life. You know what? I think I'm done with this series.
And they play Superman as a hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't see a god being like a hopeless romantic.
He can legitimately be the baddest man on the planet. Who gives a fuck about Lois at that point?
Yeah, like but he's always like he'll quit fighting a damn fight to go save her because she broke a fucking nail or something. And it's like, come on, man. It's like you're the balance between good and evil. You actually have evil in your sights, and you hear her yelling because her fucking toilet's clogged, and you go run off to her.
Lois! I got you, Lois. Don't worry. I got you.
Come on, man. Like
there is one series that I do want to say stay away from. I tried to give it a chance. And that's Legends of Tomorrow. It is trash. Don't watch it.
I've never heard of that one.
It's bad.
I think I saw that on Netflix, but I never clicked on it.
I gave it a shot because I loved Daredevil. Okay, I love the Netflix Daredevil stuff. I like all of their Luke Cage stuff. I like Jessica Jones. So I was like, this could be really good. Let me see this. I watched all the way up until they go back in time to find the professor's former self when he was a kid, and it was terrible. Like, it was so bad, dude. I was so disappointed. I was like, what is this garbage? Like, seriously. Like, what the fuck are we watching? I tried to stick it out. I couldn't do it. And it's like where Flash is right now. Flash is fucking going down the drain. It started off really good, but then it just went...
I didn't like the Arrow.
Oh, Val loved the Arrow until the later series, and now she hates it. She can't stand it.
I didn't like it on the TV episodes or whatever. I didn't like the Arrow on that. What did you think about Doctor Strange?
That was a damn good movie.
You thought?
Yes, that was a damn good.
I haven't seen Doctor Strange yet.
I won't watch Doctor Strange 2. I just watched it tonight, and I won't watch Doctor Strange 2. It's like too fucking strange. No pun intended.
Dude, he is
it's just,
one powerful badass. All right.
He is, but I mean, it just. The movie. I mean, it was a good movie. I mean, it just
If you want a better experience, watch the animation. The animation that is a good precursor to get prepared for that movie.
Okay, because like the movie just didn't like it. I mean, it entertained me, but it didn't like draw me in. Like going, I usually when I see a superhero movie, I'm like always waiting for that next one. But that one just didn't. I was like, okay, I done watched the movie. It's all right. Move on. But I mean, it was a good movie, but it just wasn't one that pulled me in for. I gotta have another one.
Really, I can't wait for the next one.
Now you said you liked Luke Cage. What was the other one where?
Jessica Jones.
Iron Fist or whatever.
Iron Fist. What'd you think about Iron Fist?
Oh, Iron Fist was awesome. Like at first, I thought I was gonna hate it.
Binge watched that shit,
bro. I watched it all. I watched it in one sitting, bro. Like all in one sitting, everything.
Me too. And but people were complaining on there, like because the fights on it obviously felt very choreographed.
Yeah.
Like, they were terrible fight scenes, but the movie was actually. I mean, the show was actually pretty damn decent.
Yeah, the show was really good.
It kept me interested.
Bro, I thought okay, so the character that they used as Iron Fist, I was like, this is gonna blow chunks. Like I thought it was gonna.
Yeah,
suck.
Me too. I thought exactly when I saw the character, I was like, come down away.
Yeah,
this cannot work.
I was like, this is gonna be shit. And then I got into it, and then they got into this whole backstory, and they were actually a little accurate with it. I was pretty surprised by it. I was like, hey.
I don't know about the accuracy.
This is why I like Netflix, because Netflix cares, and they try their best to fucking make everybody happy. So
they are seriously becoming the new Hollywood. The movie theaters are going to be obsolete one day because of Netflix. What's
crazy is actually a lot of big time movie stars are actually starting to star
like
in
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler's got his own shit.
Well, yeah, but I mean Adam Sandler makes his own movies too, so I mean he actually benefits more from going to Netflix than he does like making a big Hollywood production.
That
he
new
can
one
make
he's got
tons
on
more money.
Netflix is actually pretty good. I thought. What is it, Sandy Wilcox or something? Or
Sandy
I haven't
Wesker or
seen
some
that.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that. That was funny.
It looked pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to watch that one though. But you said Jessica Jones. That was a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Series. Yeah.
I don't know anything about Jessica Jones. I thought that was like some sort of lawyer movie or something.
No, it's a
No.
Marvel character.
And she is a beast.
That one because I binge watched Iron Fist and I binge watched Luke Cage. And they picked a perfect guy for Luke Cage.
Yo, like, didn't they though? Like,
That motherfucker is just like, yeah, like whenever like the bulletproof thing, like that motherfucker is just big anyway. Like the only person that would have probably been any better would have been The Rock.
You know why they made Luke Cage have his own series, right? Because of Jessica Jones. He's actually Jessica Jones's boyfriend.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
And you know The Rock is going to be a DC star, right?
Oh, he is?
Yeah,
Like
in
a
the
superhero,
next.
or is he gonna
Yes,
be a superhero or a villain?
Black Adams. In the next Superman movie, he's going up against Superman.
This should be
Okay,
interesting.
I mean, that'd be interesting because I was gonna say it'd be kind of hard to see him tie himself down to a DC superhero into like the universe where you have to come back and make the sequel movies, follow-up movies, where he already has a bunch of, especially like with Fast and Furious, they're still making two or three more of those.
That's fucking crazy.
Badass. I love those movies.
Bro, I fucking hope, dude. I really hope that Netflix just slowly destroys Hollywood.
I would love it because I mean, Netflix actually seems to have like a, and we all thought they started to have one with the Dear White People title. We all thought, okay, here we go. You know, Netflix is getting into it. But as we talked earlier, it's not really about that. But it seems like that they're the only ones that actually just allow you to actually have a platform to put your shit on and have a good time. And
Yeah.
that's the reason why. I mean, Netflix is becoming like I will pay. You needed more money to pay for your subscription. I wouldn't hesitate without a doubt to up my the cost for my subscription to that. It's actually one of the best fucking things that has been that's been invented, I guess. I love Netflix.
Even if Netflix funded a big motion picture and it was available exclusively on Netflix for like a one-time fee to watch it, I'd still pay that.
Oh, me too.
Rather than going to a
definitely.
movie.
You know who else does really good exclusives? Is Hulu. They've been coming out with some really decent shit lately.
See, Amazon does one too.
The Tick. I just watched that at Brim's house like a week ago.
Yeah, that shit was kind of funny, wasn't it?
That's on Amazon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
And then also, I mean, it's gonna sound kind of weird, but DirecTV.
Really?
I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah, DirecTV actually has their own type of it's kind of like Netflix, but they have their it's basically their on-demand shit.
Oh, you're talking about their Sling box or
DirecTV
whatever,
actually has
right?
their own. No, it's DirecTV. The only reason I actually have DirecTV, I actually have 3 TV services in my fucking house. DirecTV, I have just a box that had to be hooked up back in my room. It just basically plugged in so that way it talks to the company to let them know I have it. But I have to have that on the smallest package just so that way I get unlimited internet on my phones. So through that, I can actually stream my PC or my phone. And so while doing that, I logged into DirecTV and I found that their on-demand shit, where you can watch HBO on demand and all their TV shows on demand and shit like that. But DirecTV actually makes their own fucking shows. And there's actually a pretty damn good show in there. I forgot what the damn name of it is now because it's been a little while since I checked into that one. But it's about a that is trying to do right, and it's a really good fucking drama. So I mean they do some pretty quality shows too. I mean they haven't gotten near the reputation as far as Netflix and Hulu and Amazon, but they're getting there, which is actually good to see that other people are getting into making their own fucking content.
Yeah, I was gonna say Starz is starting to do it. I have a Starz subscription on Amazon, and they've got some pretty good shit that's exclusive to them. I'm glad that Netflix is setting that trend though. Like that's really good.
Yeah. I mean, Netflix has actually definitely been the spark behind everybody doing it.
Well, wouldn't
And
HBO be the original trendsetter there?
well,
Well, could you? I mean, was there really any series that HBO did? Well, besides Sex and the City, I know Sex and the City was pretty good. But like, I'm talking like anything that was like Netflix quality, like where it was like.
Oh no, well,
I can't think of anything.
Game of Thrones.
Well, Game of Thrones, but they came after Netflix.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Think of anything.
And even Netflix's exclusive deals that they have with like anime companies, dude, like they've got some of the better anime now. Like it's ridiculous. I was like, what the hell?
Even over Hulu?
When it comes to their exclusive stuff, yeah.
Not the mainstream anime.
Not the
it's better
mainstream
on Hulu.
stuff. Yeah, not the mainstream stuff.
I was gonna say because like Hulu is like that's what whenever I think of Hulu, that's what I think of.
South Park is the only reason I pay for Hulu. Like my wife loves a bunch of stuff.
How much is
on
Hulu
it,
a month?
Mine's $12 because I don't have any commercials.
Same.
Because if you're saying Hulu is doing like their own,
But you
content
can
like
also
that.
only watch it on one screen. That's the kind of shitty part. Like,
oh well, fuck all that. That's some
Yeah.
bullshit.
But like their exclusive movies are pretty good though. Like some of their exclusives that they have for movies.
Yeah, but I can't buy into that shit. That's the only reason. Like I can't. Like I got too many fucking people in my house that
make the rest of them watch the free version of it, where they got to watch ads.
Oh, okay. So
they can make their own account and watch the free version of it.
So everything on there is free, but it just has ads.
No, some stuff isn't available to the free users, and then the stuff that is, they have to watch ads.
I'll have to check into it because I mean I might because I have the Amazon obviously because of Amazon Prime. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to check into the Hulu thing because I'm getting into this, loving this whole cutting the cord shit and just watching the shit like on basically. Well, but PlayStation View, I mean, you can watch live TV, but for the main part, it mainly feels like more like a Netflix type thing.
Yeah, you're not a slave to a clock and a TV anymore. It's awesome.
Obviously, DVRs help, but I mean it's nice. Like I don't even like basically I can go to like my PlayStation View, and each person has their own ID, so each person can store whatever shows they want. But you just go to like the search for the show you like, and then you just click add this to my list, and then you don't even have to think about it. And then like maybe if you go by like 2 weeks, 3 weeks go by and you haven't watched that show, you can log into your PlayStation View every episode that's came out since you had last watched it, and it's I love it because I mean there's no I don't know like happen to pay like extra fees for DVRs and all that shit like that. I mean now everybody has their own thing. It's like it's basically like you said like a Netflix for everybody. Like and you can't go wrong with that. Like I don't know how anybody these days has
basic cable or even satellite.
living without Netflix.
Matter of fact, it's so like lenient doing the whole cutting the cord thing. It's so kind of like free that I forget to watch a lot of shit. Like some time will go by and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a thing, and I'll have to go back to it because I'll just completely space it.
Yeah, same here. That's like I've been like we haven't gone into watch TV since we actually got PlayStation View, because we've set up she set up the recordings or the shows that we want. Like as we don't feel like that we have to be there before a DVR runs out of time or anything like that. It's just we don't. It's just nice.
Yep.
We're not a slave to the company.
It's I just like being able to just kick on my smart TV and be like, boom, my show's there, done. Like I love that. I love being able to do that without having to worry. Oh, hey, is it a rainy day today? I hope my Dish Network doesn't fucking bug out on me. And that's the kind of shit I used to deal with when I was paying the $200+ a fucking month. Was like, oh, hey, look, you're gonna have rain today, so guess what? Your Dish Network may not work. Like,
yeah, those satellite companies really get you because they can like you're walking through somewhere or they calling you or you're seeing an ad come in and it's like get this meant all this crap for $19.99 a month. and you're like, okay, well, shit, that
And it's
sounds
supposed to
great.
last a year. And it's supposed to last
And
a year.
then-
But 10 months into it, guess what? You got a bill that's inflated out of nowhere.
Yeah, then then you get that bill, and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, well, hell, I don't want to pay this much for TV. And then, like, to get out of that shit is almost like a nightmare. And yeah, it's not.
Oh, they try to talk you into staying. They're like, "Oh, we'll do this for you. Oh, we'll do this for you. Or let's try to modify your package so you can afford it." Like, no, how about you just reduce the prices? That would be a good first step. Because they don't want to. The thing is we really don't want to like give you any sort of deal because they're losing money at that point.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we lived out in the country, and obviously you're kind of beholden to. And whenever I try to call to cancel it, I mean, I've never been like kept on the phone long enough to like I no matter how many times you say no, just cancel. Like
and those motherfuckers get a hold of you all of a sudden, right? Like they could call you,
Yeah.
And you're like, "Who's this?" And you're like, "Oh, this is so and so from DirecTV." You're like, "I tried to call you last week, and I was on hold for like 2.5 hours. How are you able to
like,
call
Now
me
that it's on
immediately?"
your time. Huh.
Yeah, they're all of a sudden now that they know you want to cancel,
I'll be back.
they're magically available. It's like you could, where have you been all this fucking time?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know the satellite. I mean, I hated getting services like my cable TV. The only reason I still have my cable TV, I brought it down to like the bare fucking minimum T on the TV package, but I don't watch it. But the only way it kept me from having to pay like a cancellation fee
Yeah.
till November, and then I'm getting rid of that portion of the TV. But I have to keep like AT&T like fucks you over because they give you like these internet packages on your phone, but if you want unlimited, they're like, oh well, you got to sign up for this TV package over here that we own too, and now you're fucked with DirecTV.
Yep.
But what was pretty cool though, like for signing up for DirecTV through them, I ended up getting like $400 in gift cards, and Visa gift cards.
Yeah.
Which I thought, I mean, shit, like that worked. I mean, that worked out for a while for me, but then.
Yep.
Oh, BH Smith, I don't like Jay Centuries. I don't know where he's at. He's probably like Murph cartoon or something.
Well,
So is there anything like going on with Xbox at all? I mean, I know y'all are the ones that played a lot.
I haven't been able to game lately, dude, because I've been fucking working early hours. So like my work has been undergoing some major changes. So like I haven't really gamed at all. Like this whole week it feels like. The most I got to play was on PC the other night, and I was playing some Black Desert, and I really enjoyed that game. Let me see. I'll look some stuff up. Like I said, I haven't really been able to game very much. Been too fucking busy.
With Xbox, I mean, I found it interesting today that it came out that I guess Twitch released their E3 broadcasting schedule, and it showed like Microsoft going on Sunday and starting at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Xbox E3 reactions 3 p.m. Pacific time. E3 is always like 90 minutes for Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah.
And so people were like tweeting out going, this doesn't look good. You know, I mean, you have a new console coming out and that's when they're talking about it is at E3 and you only have an hour to talk. And Aaron Greenberg, I guess, replied to somebody and said that this isn't correct. That he said conferences are usually 90 minutes, but he never actually said that our conference is 90 minutes. But you know, like they're usually 90 minutes. So it's kind of like we don't know for sure if it's actually going to be 90 minutes, but I'm hoping it is, and that was just a misprint. But it's kind of weird that Twitch would put that out. And they haven't issued a correction, so I mean, it's kind of, huh.
Yeah, that is.
And another thing that makes me question things is that today came out with, or like the square footage the floor space each company is going to have, on the E3 floor.
Mm-hmm.
And now, mind you, remember they're putting out a new console.
Mm-hmm.
But PS4 is going to have 43,000 square feet of floor space. Nintendo has 32,400, and Xbox has 17,412.
Well,
Like
I'm more interested in seeing what they have to bring. If they bring something great, if they don't, then that's disappointing. I just
want them to actually. I want them to actually get back to like competing.
I want them to go back to what made Xbox Xbox, dude.
Exactly. Like I liked. I know I said earlier I didn't like the 360, but it was mainly the UI and the controller and the other things like that. But I mean, 360 successful and put it on. Use that formula for Xbox One. Like go back to that. Like quit worrying about this service base and how can we get microtransactions in games and shit like that. Like go back to what made Xbox.
Yeah, I agree. Well, looks like they're having some sort of sale. You can get Gears of War 4 for $29, Advanced Warfare for $10. They got. I might actually pick this up. The Xbox One, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I heard that was a really good game. I might get that.
Yeah, Rags talks about it a lot.
Yeah, I heard it was actually really, really good. So, I'm an
I
old school Metal Gear guy, but I haven't really played much after 4. Like, after 4, I just kind of gave up on the series.
Oh, and that square footage thing, it's because Microsoft doesn't need that much space to show greatness, Rambo.
Yeah, they're not dramatic drama queens, sir. They don't need to overinflate their numbers.
They don't need fireworks and flashy lights. They just need a microphone and 10 minutes of your time.
Well, like everybody else is gonna be like going. Well, the PS4 showed off. The PlayStation brand showed off. Had 82 games on the floor. Nintendo had 45 games on the floor, and Xbox is gonna come out going. We had 17,000 people come and see our shit on the floor.
Woo! Let's see. Everspace, Forza Horizon. Is there much going on for the realm of Xbox, sir?
Not that I know of.
I saw that
they're having some kind of sale.
I know. Like, they got the Scorpio finally listed up on their main site now.
Oh shit!
Well,
that's a thing. Yeah.
Now here's the thing though. Is like how do they do their E3? Like, you know how like when the PlayStation 4 Pro was announced, like they had the special event for it. So every game that was being shown, it said at the bottom of the screen, footage being shown on PlayStation 4 Pro.
Okay.
3, they didn't show that at the bottom of the screen, so everything that ran at E3 was actually running on a base PS4. So what does Microsoft do at E3? Scorpio, after they show off gameplay, all their games going forward on their conference from the.
Can we really trust? Can we really trust? I mean, I love my Xbox, but can I really trust that company that was busted for? Shane, you remember
Witcher,
that?
Yeah.
Shane, you remember that shit, right? When they had all those PCs lined up under the curtain. Remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, come on, man! Like those motherfuckers.
They did that shit with Black Ops 2.
Yep. I can't trust Microsoft when they tell me what anything's running because
they're like, this is totally working, guys. Yep. I believe you.
They've been caught too many times.
Oh, the PS3 is now officially done. You guys know that, right?
In Japan.
Is it really?
No, it was just announced yesterday. Didn't you see it?
Yeah, it's just if you read it, actually is just being discontinued in Japan.
Well, I thought they were stopping altogether.
I
hope not.
I read it as it being let me see. I read it as being the Japan. Let me PlayStation 3 and
Oh,
you're talking about the production of the PS3, right?
Yeah, they're just not going to make them anymore.
Yeah, one day ago, PlayStation 3 production comes to an end in Japan.
Oh, well, shit! I must have got a jank ass article then. But the i8 or the i9 rim, it's gonna be for one range from $1,100 to $2,000, and it will have 18 physical cores with hyper threading of a total of 36 threads. But $2,000 for their top notch, it ain't cheap.
I don't know. I don't know what it was like over there in Japan, but they haven't came out and said they're stopping production in the United States. But when I walk into like a Walmart or a Best Buy or anything, I've not yet seen a brand new PlayStation 3 sitting on the shelf. Have y'all?
Yo, hold on. Sorry, this game
The
is
top
running.
loader, yeah.
Yeah.
What, Brim?
No, sorry, this game is running in their ear. I was trying to run Vietnam. I was going to turn the audio down, but that's not going to be a thing. So never mind. Now, what about the top loader?
I've seen new top loader PS3s in stores, haven't you?
No, I've only. Oh, yeah. Well, the top loader, but you're talking about the one that slides to the side, right?
It's like 12 gigabytes or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in our Walmart over here. Yeah, they got a few in there still.
They're not in our store at all, like anywhere. I have not seen a brand new PS3 in probably a good year and a half.
Yeah, they still have them in my store. I'm sure they'll end up clearancing it out eventually.
I don't know why.
That
I
will be
don't
the
know.
day I have a PS3.
Dude, I have a PlayStation 3 that I don't touch, and it's sitting right under my feet, right here. Yeah.
I don't know why. They would even still be producing PlayStation 3s. Like,
Well, I mean, look how long it took for them to end the PS2 cycle.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
how-
The 360, fuck.
Like, I will say this about Sony: they will hang on to shit for days, for years.
but they still support it too. That's actually a good thing too. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
Microsoft switched from Xbox 360 to Xbox One. Like Xbox 360 was like just the redheaded stepchild. I think there was only like one game that like Forza Horizon 2 that made it back to the 360. The rest of them were all like Xbox One exclusive. Xbox One. That's like, damn, like you it's like they really made the thing like, look, this is the time we're fucking you over. Like we're moving on. They were releasing games like on the PlayStation 4, but they were also releasing them on the PS3 too. With the PS3 to the PS2 to the PS3, so Sony that definitely hangs on and like continues to support. I think I'm very fair to say this, like well beyond what they should.
Yeah.
And where you got to cut your losses, and I don't think that it's like directly like as soon as you launch a new console like Microsoft, but I think it's definitely not as long as you like don't take it out 4 years into a new console. But like does that I mean do people I mean I get well I mean Japan was still selling PlayStation 3s, but I've never seen a PS3 in a NPDs,
Yeah.
The NPDs have come out and it's always been PS4, Xbox Ones, and maybe they're there, maybe they just don't report it since they're PlayStation 3s, but or report it to the news media, don't report it.
Maybe the news media just doesn't even give a fuck and doesn't even put that there. I mean,
Gets on the NPDs, but yet maybe the news media is like, oh, that's not even a big deal. Like no need to even talk about. So they don't even include it in their numbers when they send out the articles. But I don't see PlayStation 3 being that viable of an income source, but maybe it is. Maybe I'm not in the business office to know, but
Give it time. You'll get there, my friend. You'll get there. In your life.
one of these days I'll run Sony Computer Entertainment of America.
Hey. It could happen, man. It could happen.
So calm back from everybody.
There you go. Just don't fuck it up or I'll kill you. Yo, hey, don't. In other words, don't start a company and name it Zipper. Whatever you do.
Okay, well, I can maybe. I can name it. That's a weird name for a company, Zipper.
Zipper Interactive, yeah. Them motherfuckers done fucked up.
Oh, did you hear the PlayStation Plus games next month, Brim?
No.
I know you don't have PlayStation Plus, but you might want to get it for this.
Oh yeah, what?
Killing Floor 2,
Yeah.
Life is Strange.
That's it, huh?
Well, I mean, there's other ones. But the other ones are small, but Killing Floor 2 is actually a really damn good one to have.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
not
got it.
that-
On,
it's not- I
I
mean,
got it
it's-
on PC. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely
With my 4K
it's an older
textures.
game on. It's definitely an older game on PC, like been around, but on PlayStation 4, it's still a pretty newer game. So that's actually pretty cool. They're giving that one away.
That is cool. Oh, that's cool.
It seems, but I mean, I've got to just like quit buying so many fucking games because, and here I am looking through the store at PlayStation and adding shit to my cart. Because like Xbox gives away like Watch Dogs and I mean, I forgot the other
Watch
Xbox
Dogs,
one game.
Speedrunner, Assassin's Creed 3, and something else.
Yeah, Speedrunner or whatever.
That's a fun game. Have you ever played it?
Because that's the one I don't own, but it's like an indie, so that's the reason why I don't own it. But they've been every time they give away like a good game like Watch Dogs or whatever, I've already got it. So and I've already played it on Xbox or whatever. So I mean, it's kind of like defeating the purpose. So now like Xbox, I hear PlayStation every time they give one away, these good games like that. Like Life is Strange, I have that played it on every platform that you can possibly play it on. I think. 2 is on the like. It's actually nice to actually get a good game that I actually don't own yet on PlayStation. I had it on physical, but when I sold the physical, I just never rebought it yet.
Yeah.
And I just like I was telling him earlier, I was about to go rebuy it. I was actually in the store looking at Killing Floor 2 and about to put it in my cart, and I happened to look over at Twitter, and a leaked image came out of the PlayStation Plus games this month, and Killing Floor 2 was on there. I was like, well, fuck, I ain't buying it now. I'm waiting to see if that actually is, going to be true. And I'm glad I didn't, because I mean, usually those leaked images don't always end up being true.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just bank on it being true, and we'll just hope for the best. And sure enough, it actually came out, and it was actually true. I was like, sweet, now I get that game I was actually wanting to buy and finish up on, finish my platinum run on it, and it's gonna be free. Now maybe I can actually get a good team together now that everybody actually have the game. Because I'm having a hard time getting the platinum on that one, because you got to play on that with a team on insane difficulty, and that shit
Is
difficulty
a
on
blast. No, it's a fun game, yeah. I've put some hours into it. It's a good game. In fact, I think it's kind of weird, but I kind of like the first one a little bit better. Like I
never played the first one.
I was addicted to the first one. Like I couldn't stop playing it, but I got into the second one and I was like, yeah, it's good. It looks pretty, but
I never even knew anything about Killing Floor.
Yeah, it started off as a mod. Like all those good games come out, it start off as a mod, and then it draws a community, and then they're like, hey, we gotta have this, and they're like, all right, here you go.
The first one came out, I wasn't on PC, and with those multiplayer games, like you don't want to go back and buy an old multiplayer game because usually and then moved on to another something else. So even on the PC, it usually happens. I mean, there's still people there, but I mean, it's still not as populated as what it was when it was new. So I never went back and bought that one. And whenever I saw Killing Floor 2, I was like, yeah, I don't know anything about special. But then my son, like, I guess he loves that zombie shit, so he had to have it, and I ended up playing that physical version, and I kind of got just sucked into playing it. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. We're coming up on 3 hours and 8 minutes.
Fuck.
So, anything
If you'd have been on
else?
time, we would have been coming up on 3 hours and 21 minutes.
I will slit you.
But guys, y'all are missing out on 13 minutes of content. It's blame Brim.
That's right. It is always
'Cause I had
my
some
fault.
good shit for that 13 minutes. I had some really good shit.
Now
we're
you're
not
now
gonna get to
you're
hear it.
now you're just trying to drag it on, bitch. So Shaner, so everybody, like, if you guys don't know yet, Shaner just discovered that it's possible for his wife to get pregnant with an IUD.
Nope.
Dude, your baby's gonna come out with that shit, swinging it like it's fucking nunchucks.
Like,
Oh
was
my
this supposed to
God.
stop me?
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, Shane.
Guys, that's not a funny joke. It's
Maybe
just not.
instead of like the baby coming out sucking on this thumb, the baby's gonna come out sucking on the IUD.
You guys might make me cry. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Actually, know somebody got pregnant on IUD, so
I know. I saw the picture on Facebook. Scary.